Welcome, everybody, to The Hook on Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network, live from my bookie studios. I'm your girl, Pilar Lasta. We've got D-Mac. We've got Tom Mazway. We've got Jeff in for Fish in the Fish Bowl. You're manning down the bowl, buddy. You're manning down the bowl.
We got one more day till Fish Friday, and then we get Fish back.
Yep.
Fortunately.
Has anybody even checked in with Fish to see how he's doing? Is he having a good time?
We tried to get him on the VMix this morning, but I don't know. He's got to be up watching European sports. He's definitely up early.
Nah, bro. He's playing golf. He's playing the golf.
True.
As Maz would say. Yeah, he's kicking it in California. That's what you do when you live in California.
Pebble Beach.
Yeah. You play a lot of golf. We've got Alex keeping us honest and on social media. Got Andrew, so make sure that you are hitting us up at Woodward Sports. You can also give us a call. 313-552-6322 is our number. Don't forget, we still have our promo going on where we will be qualifying someone in our 4 o'clock hour to get a shot at winning $25,000 in cryptocurrency.
That's a week away. Only a week away from the final.
Can you believe that?
Yep.
Wow. So we've got a great show. We had a lot of fun yesterday on the golf course. We got a recap of that. But it's nice to be back in studio, huh?
Sure.
No, guys. I mean, we always wish we could be outside. Let's be honest.
Well, yesterday, I think today, it might be good because the weather's supposed to be coming in, so we couldn't have picked a better day to be outside.
I hope
Cherry Creek, the people there were awesome, by the way.
I hope it thunders and pours for the rest of the night.
Yeah, but you know what? That's bad karma. She only says that because Big Tone's got his invitational this weekend, Naz. And I said to her, that just gives the boys the earlier time to start drinking. So do you want your husband to try and coming home acting all quiet for the kids or sneaking in bed, you don't deal with them, or you want them to come home a couple hours early, right? And what did you say about if you want to stick around?
I said, you know what, you're right. I said, you're right. That's what I said.
Absolutely.
The voice of reason over here.
That's me. Go figure. It took a long time, but get used to it.
It was good advice. Good advice. All right, Tom Mazway, why don't you kick things off with your sports update?
I will, of course. Thank you. Brought to you by mybookie.ag. Use that promo code Woodward. They'll match your first deposit halfway up to $1,000. Bucks beat the Suns last night, 109-103 to even the NBA Finals up at 2 games apiece. Big night for Chris Middleton, former Piston. A lot of former Pistons out there. He had 40, including 10 straight down the stretch. Giannis's block on DeAndre Ayton really turned this game around. Check it out.
Now Booker with Tucker on him. Throws it up for Ayton. Shot blocked by Antetokounmpo. What a block from Giannis.
These are all different angles from that same block. We can bring it down after this. The guys, just an amazing play. Basically saved the game. Suns were going to go on a run there. You could just tell. And he saved the game for the Bucks, and they win it. Congrats to them. He finished with 26 and 14. Devin Booker, big night for him. He had foul trouble, still scored 42. Bad night for CP3 and D-Mac. Why was that?
Because you know what? If you notice the little things, but I always said, remember my whole thing is Chris Middleton. He's the most consistently inconsistent player. Well, last night he came to play, but if you watch, they put a bigger Drew Holiday guarding CP3. Drew Holiday is a 6'3" frame, but over 200 pounds and can move. So he, the inconsistency of Middleton and Holiday to support Giannis to support Giannis, what a block. But doing it defensively, Chris Paul, 10 points, 5 turnovers.
Yep.
Big difference. So sometimes not just the points, but it's the defense that goes on and doing the little things, right? We're not talking about a great point, a great 3, stuff like that. So we're talking about the little things that win championships. And 2-2.
Phoenix hosts Game 5. They're going to push this to as far as they can, the NBA. Not till Saturday in Phoenix for game number 5. For more on the finals, even though Sir Charles Barkley is off now, because TNT doesn't have the broadcast, we still have him breaking down last night's game. Check this out.
First of all, Ken, like I say, this is the Charles Barkley Vacation official talking, NBA Finals talking, report talking. Last night, Phoenix should have won that game. They did. Milwaukee did. Phoenix need more from Curtis Painter, Cameron Jackson, them guys, Frank Kaminsky didn't play. They need somebody else because they had a lead. I think down the stretch, Middleton was so good.
Middleton.
But the best player in this game was not PJ Tucker. He had no points. But somebody else. Many guys play well, and I think Milwaukee has a good chance to win Game 3.
Oh, there you go. Charles Barkley, alias Danny Rouillet, of course, out of Philadelphia's fan on the radio. And Bradley Beal out of the Olympics. Health and safety protocols. USA and Australia coming up tomorrow. Jeremy Grant, by the way, also under health protocols. He is not out of the Olympics. What did I do to poor...
So I just think that Corey came in here to break that news, but I think you broke the breaking news for him.
My bad.
Yeah.
My bad. I'm sorry.
Not
I
bad.
didn't mean to be
You're
on top of
doing your
things.
job. You're
It's
doing
my bad.
it.
Anyway, Tigers back at it tomorrow. They host a doubleheader with the Twins at Comerica. Minnesota swept the 4-game set last weekend. Tigers 40-51 at the break. Yankees and Red Sox tonight. The Bo Sox and the Yankees. That's more like it. Tonight in New York, it's the last stand for the Yankees. They're 8 back in the East. If they don't win basically this entire series, they will start selling off pieces. No doubt about it. More news from Trevor Bauer, Dodgers pitcher. Administrative leave extended till July the 27th. This move pushes past next Friday. He's got a domestic violence hearing. And an L.A. County Superior Court, of course, the woman filed that restraining order against him. Domestic violence is the charge. We all know the story. They went back and forth on texts. They had sex multiple times. He went a little too far, and she is not looking too good. I could see the pictures on Twitter, but we'll see what his lawyer says about their relationship going forward. By the way,
he hasn't really said much.
No, he can't.
Yeah.
Trevor Bauer, by the way, just to put it in perspective, during the baseball season, makes $1.5 million a week.
What?
Might be something that maybe she wants to have, a little of that. I don't know, but I guess we'll find out. $1.5 million a week during baseball season. Yeah, she's gonna have her hand out a little bit for that. NHL Montreal captain Shea Weber. He might miss the entire upcoming season. He might even retire. Lingering knee, foot, ankle, and thumb injuries. According to reports, the Canadiens will make him available for next Wednesday's expansion draft. The Seattle Kraken on the clock. Who are the Red Wings going to? Who are the Red Wings going to put out there?
Well, that's interesting. We'll do a deep dive. The list, I think, is the 18th is when it has to be secured. Every team, so we'll have a chance to go through it and see. Look, not only who the Wings will lose, but who the Kraken might be able to pick up. And it's like Vegas a few years ago, right? The talent is out there. They
stocked that team.
Well, the talent is out there. They help them. I don't think the Kraken have as much involvement, but what you're seeing right now, Maz, is the deals that are being struck behind the scenes. As far as what we saw before is maybe some trades. Guys will make trades and trade for money or trade for draft picks, right? In order not to touch this other guy. So you don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but that all comes out in the wash.
But Shea Weber, man, he's beloved in Montreal, the captain.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so we'll see how that shakes out. Just more news out of that unfortunate death for that young goaltender for Columbus. Last week at Manny Legacy's house, we all know the fireworks accident that killed Columbus Blue Jackets goaltender Matiss Kivlenieks. He took a shot. He saved another goaltender, his wife, and their unborn baby. He took the shot. He got in front of those fireworks and took the hit for these people, and they're forever indebted to him. As a matter of fact, Mac, you know a little bit more about this. What did Manny say? Manny Legacy at his funeral. I mean, he brought it up, brought tears to everyone's eyes saying this. Died a hero. Kid died a hero.
But this is, you have to understand, in the deepest of tragedy as a community of hockey, there's the cynicism of humor. We use humor a lot to mask a lot of pain.
Yep.
And at the funeral, Manny Legacy, who won a cup with us in 2002 and a good friend, and he had said that, look at Matiss, who you brought everybody together. Look, you brought how many people you brought together. You even brought John Tortorelli, the coach here, and he hates goaltenders.
Exactly.
So that's which is sort of which goes to show. But the fact that it's such an unfortunate incident, but the fact that the wife of Woody Saves, that these are the two guys that were like brothers and the goaltenders and stuff, and you dig into it deeper, this kid spent his summers here over the past 4 or 5 years with the Legacy family and stuff.
Played golf every day with Matty in the summer. So they boarded him during COVID. I mean, he was here during COVID. I mean, they became part of their family. And the goaltender there, Elvis Merzlinkins, that is the family he saved. His wife, Alexandra, in her 3rd trimester. Son's name is going to be Matiss in honor of
his middle name,
their teammate. Yep. Middle name. So we move on from there.
And then the quote that really got me was when they said that he saved his last puck.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, it was just, it took me probably 30 minutes to read just that short story, just because I'd have to click out of it. I'd get teary-eyed. I was just, the whole story is just so heart-wrenching.
Fireworks.
But you're right. But in all of whatever like this, there's a silver lining that it wasn't in vain. It wasn't just, the tragedy that it was. I guess there's, the silver lining, and to me, it made the story made me feel better in such an awful article or situation in life.
I just think that, I mean, if that was his instinct to get up and get out in front of it, to even see that coming, I mean, just.
Well, you got to be a special. You got to be a special guy to be a goaltender.
Well, you're supposed to be where you were supposed to be at that moment.
How crazy do you have to be, first of all, to be a goaltender?
Well, they're nuts, but some of them are nuts in different ways.
No doubt. And before we get to the leaderboard at the British Open for Mac, I'm going to tell you about Bob Baffert. A judge nullified Bob Baffert's New York racing suspension. He'll be allowed to enter his horses at Saratoga this summer. The meet starts today. So Bob Baffert, you're allowed to run in New York City. And Mac, let's go out to Royal George, or whatever the hell they call that.
Royal St. George. Thanks for getting me, Maz. It's a little bit later here. We just enjoyed our fish and chips. The good part. No, there's nobody on the course. We can talk.
We can still be quiet.
It's 9 p.m. All right, it's 9 p.m. over here, Alex.
It's quiet hour.
You know what?
They're all sleeping.
Listen,
they're getting ready for their 4 a.m. tea time.
They are not sleeping.
You know who wasn't sleeping today? Oh, Louis Oosthuizen.
Who's on the hack and whack?
3,000 in the hack and whack. Shot a little 64.
You mean Louis O?
Louis Oosthuizen. At 6 under, he leads. Jordan Spieth. Yes, that Jordan Spieth. Never count him out. This might be his time. He's won before. We've seen his miraculous golf playing in the past. So he's at 5 with Brian Harman. But remember our Lady Jane's, Chad's buddy, Keith Mitchell? Well, he shot a nice little 2 under today. So remember, plus 40,000.
Yeah.
Still in the hunt.
Chad texted him. He wrote him back. He's like, I'm in it, man. I'm in it. If he wins it, man.
So DeChambeau, who we also had in Rom, both finished +1. So they're still not out of it. So, and if you want to, you can pick it up in the morning on the Golf Channel or on NBC, I believe, at 3 or 4 a.m.
And you can bet it on mybookie.com, of course. Don't forget that. And this day in sports, we go back to 1988. Bo Jackson robbing Jack Clark, then a Yankee, of a sure home run. Check this catch out.
I think you just get used to that and you start pacing yourself. That's high. He just may have missed it. I don't know. Bo Jackson back, leaps, and he makes the catch. Bo Jackson timing that high drive by Jack Clark perfectly, robs him of a home run, and it'll retire the side.
There you go.
Deep.
Bo knows catches, don't he? Bo knows it all.
So good.
That was great. And then, like a day later, he did his Bo Knows commercial. It all came together that year for Bo. That was his year. Up to you. Back to you guys.
All right. Thanks, Maz, so much. So, Richard Sherman's wife, Ashley Moss, was a woman who called 911 over this whole fiasco, and that call was released. So we are going to be breaking that down when we come back. Nobody go anywhere. You're tuning into The Hook on Woodward Sports Network.
Welcome to the Call Sam Chopper Shop, where you can win a custom-built chopper while helping our veterans at the same time.
Watch as the Bad Pig Custom Team turns this bike into a one-of-a-kind classic chopper.
And when it's finished, we'll be donating the bike to Volunteers of America Michigan to raffle off in support of our vets.
A great cause to give back to those who've given so much.
Watch for Call Sam Chopper Shop episodes on our social media channels and get your raffle ticket today at callsam.com/chopper shop.
Hi, I'm David Hall from All Financial. With historically low interest rates and 5-star service, you could pay your mortgage off faster without increasing your monthly payment. Get started now at 248-308-5000 or chat with us online. Callhallfirst.com.
Start a new career in an industry that is always essential, the heating and cooling industry. Learn more today by visiting northwesterntech.edu. Welcome back to The Hook on Woodward Sports Network. All right, so the story keeps getting a little bit more in depth. The pieces start coming together with the whole Richard Sherman unfortunate situation here. This is one of those things where, is it hard to believe because everybody really does love Richard Sherman so much, and he went to a phenomenal school. He's well-spoken. He's an incredible athlete. This is very difficult to believe, but this happens sometimes, right? And the latest has been that his wife, Ashley Moss, was the one who called 911. That has been released. Which, before we play this, I want to ask, why is this stuff even released? How is this stuff?
Everyone knows everything.
But why does this become public information? The police reports.
My big thing here is, with the reports being made, and obviously we keep up to date. Now we hear, I'm sure you have updates, hear more of what's coming out. But anybody bring up what a bitch this friggin' dispatch lady was, or what?
A lot of people did.
No, but what I'm saying is that if we're gonna look into cancel culture and look into everything, does somebody not gotta check up on that too and say something's wrong? Let's just not blow this over, because here's the thing. As of yesterday, and whatever happened, nobody got hurt. Richard got everything. He's in.
Well, set it up. He drank 2 bottles of liquor, vodka.
But
and
Matt,
Hennessy.
that's not my point. My point of the matter is right. We know where he is right now, and we know what happened, right? And we found out more that his father-in-law, whose house they were breaking into, actually armed himself and pepper sprayed, but there was nothing happened. So let it be dealt with. The reason why in domestic violence, Pilar had said that there's no bail. Okay, well,
right. That's the standard protocol.
So now let's let it play out. But in the process of that, the thing that hits me is, wait a sec. If I'm calling 911, at least shouldn't they say, ma'am, I can argue with you all you want, but police are on the way, or something to reassure her, because she was frantic, as I would expect anybody else to be. So now, Maz, it's because we find out more. Richard Sherman drank a bottle of Hennessy, a bottle of vodka, said he was going to commit suicide, said he wanted to hang himself. Right? Is there more? Is there more to that?
So, according to the Yahoo Sports article that was just released at 2:35 p.m. Eastern, it does state that Richard Sherman's father-in-law armed himself with a handgun and fired pepper spray at the NFL cornerback to protect his family, and as Sherman tried to bust the door of his in-laws' home with his shoulder. So there is a little bit more. I feel like as the day goes on, he's supposed to have his initial court appearance this afternoon, Pacific time. So by tonight, the story is going to become bigger for sure. So let's go ahead and let's play the 911 call that his wife Ashley made.
911, what are you reporting?
I need officers to my house now. My husband is drunk and belligerent.
Stop.
There's no gun. I'm saying there are no weapons, ma'am. There are no weapons.
You need to stop interrupting me so I can get the information I need to get officers expedited.
I need officers here now.
What's he doing that you think he's going to harm himself?
He's being aggressive. He has sent text messages. I took the keys out. They're in your car. He's trying to leave now in the house. He's being aggressive. He's wrestling with my uncle. He's threatening to kill himself. He has sent text messages to people saying he's going to hang himself. He's saying that if the police show up, so please don't shoot is what I'm asking.
Okay, wait. Say that again.
He has no weapon.
He says if the police show up,
he said if the police show up, that he'll try to fight them. So they need to understand that he is.
Okay. Has it been physical with anybody there? You said he's trying to fight your uncle?
Yes, it has. Yes, it has.
How has it been physical?
He just tried to fight him.
Okay, trying to fight somebody and actually being
Yes,
physical
he did.
are two different
All the
things.
way
How
down
has
to
it been physical?
It's a 2016 black Mercedes. Richard, please stop. Richard, please stop. Please stop.
Is that a sedan, SUV?
It's just a black sedan Mercedes SUV.
Okay.
He's not going to be able to get out the gate. I cut it off.
What do you mean you cut it off?
I cut the gate. We live behind it. It's Richard Sherman. Like, ma'am, this is like a emergency. I need officers here
listen
now.
to me. I'm handling this. You need to stop telling me that.
Okay, but what I'm
not going to slow help down. Talking to me is not going to slow help down.
Okay, well, what I needed to know is that he
What's your name?
My name is Ashley Sherman.
Do you know what his date of birth is?
3/30/88.
Okay, slow down so I can understand you. What's the date of birth?
March 30th, 1988.
Okay, so I mean, I don't even really know like where to start here, guys.
Well, it's sad it's sad when you dial 911 and have to say, don't shoot. Because I get it in the temperament.
You're calling 911 though, and you're saying
no, but in today's day and age, Pilar, because you're saying what has happened, you bring it up all the time. This is what happened.
He's a black man that has.
You have to get that's the things that stand out to me. I turned it off because I got so friggin' mad.
You have to say shit like that just to defend your husband. So these people know he's a good guy, having a very, very difficult time at that point.
Even if my husband and I were not of any ethnic descent, I would still, and I was making that call.
You would not.
No, yes,
you
I
would not
yes,
say.
I would.
You would say, "Don't shoot my husband."
100%. I would say because she said my husband said if the police show up, I'm going to fight them. So I would say, listen, if I'm going to tell you that my husband is going to fight you, I want you to know that he is not armed. Please don't shoot him. That is what I would say. I don't care what the color of my skin was or what the color of my husband's skin was. If I'm going to tell them, he said he's going to fight you, please don't shoot him because he is not armed. That is what I'm going to say.
Pilar,
but let's just go back to this.
He's African American.
No,
these days you have to say that.
I understand that, and I'm not taking anything away from that. But what I'm saying is that I don't care if it was you. I don't care if it was anybody. I don't care if it was Juicy. Look at Jeff. I mean,
Jeff's good looking.
Yeah, Jeff doesn't look like he would be a troublemaker.
Great hair.
Right? I mean, Jeff looks.
He just flipped his hair again.
He's almost like Tom Brady.
Hey, if I was horribly intoxicated, and I was trying to fight the police, I don't know. It's hard. Like we're not in that situation.
No, but then they take you into custody, and then right now we're going to get to the end without anybody come. This might be the way that it plays out, and it's traumatic and it's awful. But there's obviously something wrong.
Yeah.
Don't make speculation. So it worked its way out. But when I'm breaking down how it happened, one of the things that I don't like is the process. So if I want to fix it moving forward, that's why I'm willing to talk about this. But it's still broken, even though the way it ended, nobody died, nobody got hurt.
Thank God,
so that's a blessing. But it's unfortunate because I'm sure that these are the phone calls that people have to plead to all the time, and the fact that it is Richard Sherman, there's something seriously wrong, and I hope that he gets the help that he needs. And I'm glad that the worst part is that he's going to have to stand up for being drunk and fighting police, but people have done that before.
I want to go back. Alex, can you put up that I don't know if it was a tweet or a Facebook about somebody who works in a call center. I don't know if you were the one who put it up, somebody that works in a call center, because that's what I feel like. I want to know what the protocol is. Ryan
depends
says,
on the city.
I am not allowed to talk like that to women. He says, I work in a call center. I'm not allowed to talk like that to women. But I also feel, and just if Ryan can follow up to this question, why didn't the dispatcher focus more on getting the address? Because I know when I've called, I've had to call 911 once, and it was a terrible situation, and it was because at 2 o'clock in the morning, our alarm went off. We freaked out. We each got our guns, and we just manned post. And, you know, I called 911 right away, and I told them, my husband and I are both armed. And the first thing she said is, what is your address? And I was telling her, and I was like freaking out. I was like, please get here. And she was like, I need your address. I need your. And she kept asking for my address. She got my address.
Don't they see your address when you call
I don't know,
in?
but she asked my address because I was like, I was freaking out. You know what I'm saying? I had a brand new baby. I didn't know what was going on. We were upstairs. I was literally freaking out, and I was just, is my husband about to get shot? Am I gonna have to go off on somebody? Is my baby? And you know what I mean? She asked me after she got my address, then she walked me through the entire process of what to do with my baby. Was she awake? Was she asleep? Should I, get her in the same room as me if she was awake? She calmed me down. She was absolutely phenomenal, to the point, guys, that when the police were showing up, she told me, the police are arriving at your property. I need you to put your guns away. And she was like, the officers are now stepping out of their vehicles. They're going to sweep your house once you put your gun up. We both put up our guns into the safe, and she asked me 3 times, are you guys armed? No. Are you sure? Nobody is armed, because if we hear gunshots, my officers are going to start shooting. No. And it was literally, they walked us through the whole, okay, your house is clear on the outside.
How long did it take?
I mean, the whole process till we opened the door, 5 minutes.
Okay. Doesn't sound like 5 minutes on this one.
No, but the problem, what I felt like the difference between this and the call that I had, Maz, I mean, all the way up until my husband opening the door. And my husband was terrified because we told them we had a gun. He was like this the whole time, like showing them in the windows, and they're like, we got you. And he's like this, like afraid to get shot. I mean, everybody's afraid to get shot nowadays.
Hey, if there are any 911 dispatchers out there, you want to give us a call?
Yeah.
Call us. 313
I would love to know that.
552-6322. It's up on the screen.
Because
give us a call. Juicy Jeff will answer.
Once they got my address, she walked me through everything, right? If I was freaking out or whatever, but I felt the officers are on their way. So that was my whole thing on this call is, and I felt that was just the way every dispatcher would be trained to get the address, get your location.
Well, I would think if you're in a bigger city, let's say you're in New York City, they probably get tons of crank 911 calls. So the way this lady was talking, it sounds like she got a lot of crank calls, and she wasn't going to think, she didn't want to think this one was a crank call. I don't know.
Prank call.
Yeah, crank, prank, same thing.
Yeah, I don't know. And it did, the way that she handled it, and I'm sure she's going to get fired. There's way too much backlash all over social media about the way that she handled it. And I don't care what the color of your skin was. I felt that what she messed up in was not getting the address. How are you going to send help? I mean, somebody could have been killed by now. I mean, that took forever.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the police that showed up at my house, this whole thing was done and over with. I mean, it felt like, moving through molasses, but it was quick. So I don't know if you are a dispatcher or have ever been a dispatcher. I mean, please call us. And Jenna on social media saying, I can't judge a 911 operator. I've never done that job. It's a stressful job. They need to give as much information to the officer arriving as possible for everyone's safety. I agree with that too, right? But I also feel like, hey, this is where you're going, and then gather all the information. At least that was the experience that I had.
Sherman was very drunk, very belligerent, and his father-in-law was ready for him. If he was going to break in that house, he was ready for him. He had pepper spray. He had his own.
Yeah,
he had his own pistol, and his wife, you heard him begging, Richard, stop, stop, stop. He already crashed the family car. He drank 2 bottles of liquor, from what I understand, and he said, I want to go. He didn't say, I'm going to kill myself. He said, I'm going to go hang myself.
Yeah.
I mean, he was specific.
Right.
So I'm not sure what was going on. Mac, you had something we talked a little earlier. You think maybe there's some CTE going on, possibly.
Well, no, there's something.
Yeah.
There's something. There's so many things out there. Or what's the deep, dark secret the family holds that he wanted to get at the in-laws, dude? Like, you know what? Like, we all know that there's secrets to whatever else that we allow,
of course,
especially in the families. And then there's a breaking point. And I know being an alcoholic is that 2 bottles in, you're blacked out, your inhibitions are gone, and you're maybe acting on them. So I'm more interested in the story. Like I said, I'm just glad no one's hurt.
Sure.
You know, it's in the legal system, but he's going to get the help that he needs, hopefully, that he wants or whatever. We'll get to the bottom of this. But I don't think this is the end that we're talking about. More and more is going to come out. And we're going to figure out, because Richard Sherman's the type of guy that when he gets to where he's comfortable, he'll probably tell everybody why he went off.
Right. And, you know, I also want to address the fact that this 911 call was ridiculous, like absolutely ridiculous. But I also think that people shouldn't discredit the fact of what happened as well. He was driving intoxicated through a construction zone, and he could have really killed somebody. Everybody is lucky in this situation that everybody is fine. The police department is also recommending that on top of all the charges that have already been filed against him, that he be charged for a DUI and a hit and run, which is what I feel is more appropriate at this point.
I don't think he's going to play again in the NFL, to be perfectly frank. You know,
don't think so?
His skills were going down. He was a 10-year vet. He's already on his second team. Obviously, he was a great pro with the Seahawks. He had the Legion of Boom. They won a Super Bowl, should have won 2. 49ers aren't going to re-sign him, so that kind of tells you right then and there that they're not thinking he's got anything left in the tank. He's that kind of guy that might go to a team and really, really want to push and say, I can do it. I could see him maybe with Bill Belichick and the Patriots. He probably could talk to Bill Belichick and say, hey, I'll give you what I got. I could still do this. I don't know.
Yeah, he was hurt a lot, too.
I just don't know if he can continue his, especially after this now. I think he's done now.
2 weeks before training camp starts, you still don't have a team, and now you're in legal struggles. This is not a good look for him.
The NFL's got their hands full. I mean, they got this now. They already had Deshaun Watson. I mean, there's other stuff going on, and training camp. Oh, by the way, starts 10 days.
Right? I mean, it's well. The commissioner does make, what, $40 million a year?
Yeah,
46.
Oh, 46.
Not bad.
Don agrees with you. He says, I think his NFL career is going to be over for this. I think it certainly isn't going to help. That's for sure. And it's a shame because I do think he's got one more good season left in the tank.
He might talk someone into having him if he's healthy and if he's mentally healthy. That's the main thing. Right. I don't know how he's standing after what I understand drinking 2 bottles of liquor. I'm not sure how big the bottles are, if they're pints or if they're freaking liters. I have no idea, but it's supposed to be a bottle of vodka and a bottle of Hennessy. That's a lot of liquor. I don't even know how you're standing.
Right. I mean, well, he's got his first court appearance this afternoon, so we'll
keep it going. If anyone hears anything and we're not on it, hit us up with it.
Russell Lee says Cowboys will pick him up. Jerry Jones does that. I mean, he does. He absolutely does do that. And the Cowboys could use him. Would you guys want him here in Detroit?
He wouldn't come here. He didn't come here 3 years ago.
Well, it's a different situation.
He said,
now.
I didn't want to come.
He may not be able to be so picky anymore.
I know, but we're not ready to win yet. He wants to. If he's going to play, he's going to play for a winner.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll keep you guys up to date on that story and keep letting us know your thoughts.
Winner?
We are a winner.
We'll see.
We are a winner. Keep letting us know your thoughts on social media at Woodward Sports. You can give us a call, 313-552-6322. All right. We all like a little betting around here, don't we? We have some good time on the bets. Well, when we come back, we're going to be getting to who is the official sports book going to be for the Detroit Lions. Don't go anywhere. You're tuning into The Hook on Woodward Sports Network.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We are recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand. Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech.
The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads.
They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10.5 months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire
a graduate
of Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech. Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
What's up, guys and girls out there? Yeah, DMAC for Coast. Yeah, coastportland.com, WSN 20% off. We got lights for all you do-it-yourselfers, first responders, people who like to do anything, headlamps, knives, machetes, you name it. This is one of the knives, actually, if you get into the crypto drawing that you will have a choice of, or one of the lamps. Anyways, since 1919, Coast has been providing for everything to whack down those weeds or whatever, and I got gift certificates. Tomorrow's Friday. Any way that you connect or you watch, listen, interact with Woodward Sports Network and The Hook, put hashtag HowWeCoast and tell me how you would use any of these fine products. You, again, can go to coastportland.com and check it out. WSN 20% off. I'll be giving out some gift certificates tomorrow. Get your hashtag HowWeCoast in now.
Welcome back to The Hook on Woodward Sports Network. All right, big news for the Detroit Lions as they have gotten their official sports book and gaming partner. And it is, guesses anybody? Guesses?
I already know. I can't cheat.
All right, anybody? You guys want to hit us up on social media at Woodward Sports? Guesses? Anybody who hasn't seen the prep sheet? Jeff, no, we've all
Count
seen
me out
it.
here. Count me out.
We've all seen it. WinBet is has been designated as
The Wynn Casino. The Steve Wynn as the big boss. WinBet designated the official sportsbook and gaming partner of the Lions. Ford Field is going to have their own sports bar where you can walk in, put your bets in, watch TV, eat food. There will be hosts and hostesses there helping you. It's going to be a whole, you want to be in the club type of thing. So Ford Field, is going to be having something real nice. I was at the sports book last night with Chad and Steve Johnson down at MGM. It's awesome. You sit down there and just enjoy the game. It's just another way to watch a game. And I got news for you. If you go to a Lions game, as a football fan, it's my least favorite sport to watch in person because football is really a TV game. Am I not right on that?
No, 100%.
So I bet you there's going to be a bunch of people in that bar because they're going to have probably all the games on. It's going to be like NFL ticket heaven. So what else do you want to do except go to a football game? And if you really want to go out there, if the Lions are ready to win a game, go out there, get back in your seat. That's a great way to watch a football game. I'm looking forward to it.
They had these in LA. I can't remember which stadium it was at, but maybe it was a hockey one. I can't remember. There's so many of them. But it was a lot of fun. It was FanDuel and DraftKings. They started doing these kinds of things. It was a lot of fun to go in there, and sometimes you take a break from actually watching the game to just go in and see what everybody else is doing across the board. If you are into betting or playing fantasy football, all that kind of stuff.
Well, it's got to be great for fantasy, or just something other than sitting with your head in your phone the whole time.
Exactly.
So
much better than that.
And you get an update. Maybe it's a different way because you got to learn how to enjoy the game with all the stuff going on, right?
Sure.
I always used to bitch about Ford Field. The Wi-Fi used to be horrible. And then a few years ago, they finally listened to me after I bitched all those years on the radio. And, Matt Diesel-Derry was there with me. We used to laugh because you used to go in there, and that was it. You were done. If you want a fantasy team, you didn't know shit because you could not get anything. So they update the whole place, get new speakers, new stereo system, new Wi-Fi. It's great, and now they have the sports bar. I mean, what more do you want, man? They're making it as easy as you can to go watch a game there, and I'm sure ticket prices will show that.
Yeah, but they're fun. I'm all for this. And then, two, you get to mingle with other people that are also invested in what you're in, or your players or your games. So it's fun. I like this kind of stuff. So let us know your thoughts. Are you guys going to go check out the new sports book at Ford Field? Hit us up on social media at Woodward Sports. Or do you feel that going to the game should not be all that crazy stuff? You go to the game, you pay the money for the ticket, you should sit in your seat and not move. Because I feel that that's how, going to the game with my mom would be. She'd be like, we paid all this money.
The games have all changed in viewing and how we watch and bet and all that. Everything's changed. So I'd say no.
If you go to Yankee Stadium now, the new Yankee Stadium, it's like going to a super shopping mall. all you want to do is like walk around the place. They have stores
right.
everywhere.
Like
they got food everywhere.
It's like LCA the first couple
same,
times.
Same thing.
LCA was so much
You
fun.
just
going.
want to
I
walk
had such a
around
great time.
and enjoy it. That's the way that people are going to games these days.
Yeah.
Half the time they're not in their seats, especially at
That's
LCA.
what the first half of LCA opening is. It took me literally 5 times going there to sort of see the place, to sort of get your bearings and stuff like that. And
they had to change the color of the seats to make it look like there was more people sitting in their asses, because they used to be red seats, and red stands out on TV. Now they go to the black seats, so it doesn't look as much that it's empty. It's not that it's empty. It's just that the people are in the concourse.
Really
but actually,
But
these last few years, it has been empty because our teams have not been very good.
No,
But that'll
because of
change.
COVID, man. There's only 750 people allowed.
No, the year prior
Asshole.
to that and the year prior
Blame
to
it
that.
on the losing.
please.
Call it true. Well, call it right.
It's COVID, though. I would agree. It's COVID.
It was before
It's been
COVID, guys.
Yeah, but not last year.
restrictions.
I'm not talking about last year.
Wink, wink. Wink, wink.
Hey, there's a lot of stuff coming out. Matthew Stafford is everywhere. July is Matthew Stafford month because every day there's a new story. I want put the Rams tweet up. The Rams tweeted this out about an hour ago. This is the Rams comparing their past to their present. They got Kurt Warner and they got Matthew Stafford with Sean McVay in the middle, and it said past to present. I like what the Lions did there now too.
No, we did that.
Oh, we did that. That's
Yeah.
sweet. Woodward Sports, nice job
We said
on
if they
that.
want to play that,
So we're gonna go back on that with them. So that's who made that
Eric
up? Was that
Kramer
Adam?
Goff.
Adam just threw me this thing. Yep, from Woodward Sports. It's beautiful. Oh my God, Eric Kramer on the left, and on the right, Jared Goff with Campbell in the middle. MCDC. Nice job, Woodward Sports guys in the back.
Yeah.
Is that you, Adam?
All right, Adam. Good
Look how
job.
good. Look how
and
good.
Justin.
We got to give credit to Justin. I'll throw that in.
And
He
All
killed
right.
it. Absolutely
Justin in
killed it.
graphics.
Justin's
Good
got
job,
his
Jeff.
fingerprints
Looking
on
out for
everything.
Justin.
Put that up
Don't worry
again
about
there,
it.
Alex. Let's do the side by side again. Let everyone get a good look at that. But the Rams are all in, man. They got these new uniforms. They're throwback uniforms already. They have the worst uniforms in sports, the ones that they came up with. It looks like dirty white jerseys with these plastic letters, that stand out. But that's their throwback look, which looks a lot better.
Right.
But I just love it. Stafford is their Kurt Warner.
Are you over how much the Rams are hyping up Matt Stafford?
No, I'm getting a kick out of it, to be perfectly honest with you.
What did you expect? They have to put every chip in the corner. And here's the one thing is that this is, I look at it as if he's as great as he's supposed to be, right? If he's as great as he's supposed to be, now he's got the team around him with that, then he should go out there, win games, and compete for, the MVP or be that. If not, we're going to see what he's totally made of. So, I mean, it's a win-win. As a fan, and Maz, you're the same way as I am. Well, no, you're not the same way as I am. No, you wish because I don't wish ill will on anybody.
No,
right? If I wish ill will on them, there's one person, Claude Lemieux, and I took care of that, right? Bing, bing. Anyways, but the thing is, Maz will wish ill will on certain people, but no, you will
only in sports.
That's what I'm saying. But this is in sports too, right? But the whole fact is, you get it played out. The movie, whatever the movie is, the movie's getting ready to be played. We're watching previews. LA Rams are the friggin', they're the leagues, they're whatever like
They're
this.
the
So now
darlings.
let's see them. We know what's here in the talent. And you know what? If the talent can match with the coaching, with the players, and the defense he's got, he's in the perfect situation to win. And if he's not the guy, right, that other people think he is a choker or he's a guy that doesn't have that next level, it's going to be quite apparent. So just sit back. You're watching the movie previews. It ain't out till the end of the month.
Hey, we put something out. Woodward Sports put something out. Maybe Jeff could help me on this. The other day we put it out on Twitter. Something about Matthew Stafford. Someone commented that he was, he's basically a clown. He didn't do anything here. And who wrote in? His wife, Kelly Stafford, writes in on the Woodward Sports and says, hey, get your facts straight, basically, before you start throwing stuff.
And she ended it with, have a good day.
Yeah,
she
have a
ended
good
it
day.
so
I love
nice.
that.
Oh, yeah, she's something, man.
I love that.
She is
Andrew, what do you
something.
have for
That's
us?
Cheryl, babe. That's
Our
shit.
Woodward Sports Instagram, we put past, present. One team's trash is another one's team's treasure. Lions fans are ready for October 24th.
Oh, boy. So we're going after the Rams.
Going right after the Rams.
Well, we are. We have to.
You know who's going to that game? Easy and his uncle are going to that game.
And Sean Baligian and his son. You know, we got a lot of people from here
Is
going.
Sean going too?
Yes. You know what? He was going with his son. Easy tried convincing him to go with him, and he's like, "You're not going." So Easy bought one by himself. So he's like, "I'm going regardless."
He's unbelievable.
It's funny.
Oh wait, I guess that Jenna just told us your mic's not on.
Now, hello.
Yeah. When you turn around to talk over there, you got to have the mic with you. That's okay.
That's what it is.
I think that stick is awful anyway. I think you should be holding the mic, personally. That's just my opinion.
We're
Only
the
been doing it
producer.
for 25 years.
I'll allow it. It's my show between 3 and 5.
On-air team meetings. On-air team
Ditch
meetings.
the stick and hold the damn
No,
mic.
let it hold it, but when you talk, take it out, then put it back.
Well, I certainly do think that they're making a lot of reason for there to be a rivalry.
I'm going to tell you, there's so much
Revenge
more on
game,
Matthew
that's for
Stafford.
sure.
I put together a whole Matthew Stafford hour for you folks.
Yeah.
We've got Damian Woody. We've got Peter Schrager from Good Morning Football on NFL Network. And we even have O.J. Simpson. Each one of these people have something to say today about Matthew Stafford.
That's
and when
right.
we take our break, we're going to come back. And is it almost 4 o'clock already? Get ready, almost 15 minutes away to dial in or write in to get that crypto 25K. Try to kick it on the 23rd. Get qualified. Give us a holler right here on the hook. Take it away, Pilar.
All right, so y'all don't go anywhere. Stick around. You're tuning into The Hook on Woodward Sports Network.
Tony is a third-generation logger that has a simple, practical approach to life and work. That's why his Coast DX342 knife is perfect for him. The stainless steel blade is rust-resistant and made for all-weather use. And the double roll-lock safety ensures that it will never inadvertently close when he doesn't want it to. That's why Coast is trusted tough.
Hey guys, it's Maz for Legacy Partners Insurance. Let's face it, we all need insurance. We all don't like to shop for it. Let them do the shopping for you. They're a local company, an independent company, been around for over 100 years. So they get lots of quotes, make the carriers compete for your business. They shop between 7 and 10 carriers for personal and 50 carriers for commercial accounts. They've been doing it since 1919, so you can trust their reputation. It's a no-brainer. If you haven't had your insurance quoted this year, call today, 586-209-4106, or even better, you can go to our personal website just for our Woodward sports fans, legacypartnersins.com/Woodward Sports. You go on there, it's a landing page, fill out a little information, and then let Team Maz take it from there. It costs you nothing to have your insurance looked at. You'd be foolish to not do it. So let the best do it. Legacy Partners Insurance. Make sure you tell them Woodward Sports sent you.
Welcome back to The Hook on Woodward Sports Network. So continuing our Matthew Stafford talk. Honestly, do you think that with all this attention that he's getting, people are now starting to root against him here in Detroit?
Well, there are people getting tired of it.
I'm getting tired of it. Before I was really rooting for him.
Here's the thing, guys. It's the national that is getting the exposure to what it is now, so they're all getting all giddy to things that we've seen. Now, I'm excited as a Lions fan because I don't want him to win a playoff game or succeed in that division because it benefits us in the draft.
Right.
But as a human being and whatever, I want Matthew Stafford to go there, play his balls off, and go win himself a championship if that's the path that he's on. He's set up for success, much like Dominic Hasek coming to us in 2002, trying to get that championship, right? We all know what it is. Now, to me, I'm more interested in seeing if it doesn't work. I think it's more of in my opinion, Sean McVay is more smoke and mirrors, right? I think that we're gonna find a lot of different things out to what it is. It's just how you treat people, different things like that. So we're tired of it because we've been doing this for the past 5 years, 10 years, whatever like this. Now the National District is going to jump on it because, the Rams and McVay is all happy and stuff like that.
I'm happy for Stafford. He's finally getting people talking about him.
This is to me is more I'm going to watch it blow up in McVay's face than I am in Stafford.
I mean, and I would agree, right? I want him to do well, but I need him to not do well so that we get a better draft pick.
Listen,
because that's what it all
going to do
banks
well.
on.
That's just face the facts. He's going to do very well.
He should.
And he's going to take the Rams deep into the playoffs. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Who do you think is going to be more on the hot seat here, though? McVay or Matthew Stafford if it doesn't work out there?
Oh, McVay, for sure, because he's traded all this stuff to get him. He got rid of his number one pick and number ones, 2 number ones, a 3, and he took on the contract.
Yeah, right. But Stafford, this is the most pressure that he's ever had on himself with the spotlight or whatever. Some guys, but you're right, Maz, at the end of the day, when you look at it, right, it's the guy making the calls or Les Snead or whatever, but they put all their eggs in one basket. They throw it out there, so why wouldn't they be selling you on the greatest movie that you're going to watch in the NFL this year? That's all they're doing. They're promoting Fast and Furious,
so you
the
think
Jungle
he's got
Book.
pressure on him?
Stafford?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
O.J. Simpson. Do you think there's pressure on Matthew Stafford?
He better say there's none, because if I don't agree with O.J. by himself.
It'll come up.
Well, anyway, this morning I'm watching the NFL Network, and they were talking about Matthew Stafford. And I couldn't believe what I was hearing. A couple other people were saying that, he's feeling pressure. There's a lot of pressure on him. This man ain't feeling no pressure. This man is giggling. I remember in high school, I felt pressure in high school. We couldn't beat nobody. When I went to junior college, all these great athletes was there. Hey, I didn't feel any pressure. I knew I would do well and go to a good college, USC. No pressure, loaded with talent. When I got to Buffalo, they were rebuilding. That was pressure, being a Heisman winner and all of that, and people expect me to do well with all these guys that were over the hill. It was horrible. That was pressure until Lou Saban came and brought in Reggie McKenzie and Delamalu and Seymour and Foley and Ahmad Rashad and J.D. Then it was no pressure. That's the way Matthew Stafford feels. He has got all these guys around him. He's got this defense that's going to give him field position and everything. This guy's giggling. This guy's happy. Brady last year had a little pressure. He left a perennial champion to go to a team that was loaded. They won the championship. He had a little pressure.
He's wrong.
This guy's got
it's
no
opposite.
pressure. He's happy to be where he's at.
Fucking idiot.
It's the
juice. Fucking idiot.
One of my top 5 quarterbacks. I ain't talking about it. Somebody's going to try to snake him from me in the draft.
Let's never put O.J. Simpson.
Going to have a hell of a year. If the Rams don't win big, it's not going to be because of Matthew Stafford. I'm just saying. Get your shots. Take care.
There you go.
Thank
you, Juice.
You're a fucking idiot.
The Juice.
Here's 2 questions, right? Does Matthew Stafford feel? What question are you asking me? Is there pressure on Matthew Stafford, or does Matthew Stafford feel pressure?
I don't know why you're yelling.
There's 2 fucking things, because he's a fucking idiot.
Why are you
And
yelling?
it's opposite, because Tom Brady didn't have the pressure on him last year, right? Because he was taking something that hadn't done anything and showed everybody, which is the difference of that it is all about him, right? So now in the Belichick-Brady discussion, right, everybody knows it's Brady. Not saying that Belichick isn't great, right? But the fact that, here's the thing, lose a game. You want to, right, feel pressure. Because Tom Brady doesn't feel pressure. And the pressure that's on him. So I
think he did feel
See,
pressure
I think
early in the season.
it's opposite.
But that's
I think what
right.
what
He's
you're-
gonna feel. See, it's feeling the pressure, right?
And being
the
under
pressure's
pressure.
there. He doesn't feel it right now. If you're talking Matthew Stafford, right? Because he's what you said. He's got all these things, but the pressure, like everything else, is over top of him, right? The minute something goes wrong, then we'll see if he feels pressure by his play.
Okay.
Right. I also think that there was the fans were always putting the pressure on.
Can I
There
pick
was
the
no
next
way
murderer
people-
we get an opinion from?
I mean, that's, you kind of put the elephant in the room. We're talking about the elephant in the room, whatever the
There's
saying
no
is.
elephant when I'm in here. Can
I
we
just
put
wonder-
Can I choose the next murderer we take advice from?
I just wonder if at any point in
Run,
OJ's
OJ, run.
life he felt under pressure, because he was saying he never felt the pressure. He was giggling. He was great. He never felt pressure when he was playing.
I'm just saying, Tom
But
said Tom Brady felt pressure because
Tom Brady was in a different kind of pressure, though, Tom Asway.
Yeah.
The kind of pressure that Tom Brady
but-
had was that they always said Tom Brady was a system quarterback. And when I say they, I mean we. I mean the media, I mean the fans, the haters. Everybody always said Tom Brady was a system quarterback, and that because so many other quarterbacks had success under Bill Belichick, that is why Tom Brady had so much success.
He left the sinking ship to go to a team that was ready to win the Super Bowl.
If you were to take him
of course,
out of that system, could he succeed? And what he showed everybody was, I get to pick what system I want to go into. And granted, Bruce Arians' system doesn't suck.
No,
right?
Clark, you're missing the point. Brady is the system.
But that's what's true.
No, Brady is the
You're
system.
absolutely right.
It's not the X's and O's. It's bringing people together for one goal, and he's an ultimate leader in that way. But he brings the system with him.
And you can't deny that
His
all those
system's
years
not football.
working. But you can't deny that working under Bill Belichick for so many years and winning so many championships with him, that his system isn't part of Bill Belichick's system.
Where do you
he's
take?
Grown that
Same
system.
thing as Steve Eiserman's system's part of
Absolutely.
Scotty Bowman's.
Yes.
It's the same we take from him, but that's what I'm saying. But he's got his own system. It's proof that he's got his
now
own
he
system.
does.
But leaving the Patriots, that's where he can take his system with it, because it's a dual system until then with both of them. So now we see. But I don't think Belichick's done either.
No, he's retooled.
We'll see.
But last year, that team wasn't going to win.
No.
He retooled. Brady wasn't going to win last year if he stayed with the Patriots. They didn't have it. He knew it. He left. He picked the right team. They won the Super Bowl. Everything fell right for them.
It did.
But did you feel that there's pressure on Brady?
I think only because if New England had won alongside him, but he kind of knew they weren't going to win. So he probably didn't have that kind of pressure on.
So now, thank you, Maz. Now you're getting it in saying this was the perfect time where it wasn't him going. He went somewhere.
He didn't leave a Super Bowl team.
Right. He went somewhere that it was only upside if he got there. Because
Correct.
it could have been this year we're thinking about that they put everybody together or they built it or we're ready to make the next step.
Sure.
Well, former Lion Damian Woody was on Get Up with Mike Greenberg the other day, and they were getting into some conversation. And Damian Woody, and he knows the Lions, he's been here, and he basically said, I think the Lions held Matthew Stafford back. So let's give a listen to Damian Woody.
Listen, I love Dak Prescott, but I think that's nonsense by Nick right there. Matt Stafford consistently over his career has been a stat monster. You know what's been holding Stafford back? The Detroit Lions as an organization. This is an organization that has won a grand total of one playoff game since the 1950s. One. Okay,
right,
so
yeah, you're right. I think
Matt Stafford.
that's
why
Dak Prescott has been so fortunate.
Dak
Prescott has been so fortunate to be playing in the perfectly run organization that is the Dallas Cowboys, because they don't make any mistakes.
An organization. How many championships have the Dallas Cowboys won? Okay.
Here we go.
Are we gonna really play this game right now, Nate?
My bad. Okay.
Here's what. We intended this to be a Dak conversation, but I do actually think the Stafford of it all is interesting, because Matthew Stafford for a long time has been one of two things. Either a great quarterback being held back by an inept organization, or a good quarterback who wasn't able to carry them any farther. And once and for all, I'm glad one way or the other, we're going to get the answer to that question one way or the other.
I don't think it's as much as I love cousin Dak. I don't think that it will be outrageous to put Matthew Stafford above Dak at the end of the season. To me, the problem is putting him up there now. Like, Dak has had real success that Matt Stafford hasn't had. And I understand that we focus a lot on that we're smart enough not to think of wins as a QB stat. But we've seen Dak Prescott have big moments in big games time and time again, and offensively carry this team his team to success in ways that we haven't seen Matt Stafford. That's all. Matt Stafford has big wow ability. And I think a lot of quarterback evaluators get hung up on that.
Well, there you have it. I like what Greeny said. He put those three questions out there. Was Matthew Stafford a good quarterback, a very good quarterback being held by an inept franchise? The answer is yes.
Yes.
The second thing he said was he just a good quarterback and couldn't do it? I don't think that's true. And then he said, we'll find out for sure. I'm not sure about that, because you're getting Matthew Stafford at how many years old? How old is he now?
Yeah, but that's
he's not the same. He's not the same.
Yeah, but it's at least you're gonna see if he can still. What are you talking about? A lot of it, the older guys have done it. So maybe it's the maturity in his journey to get him there. Yes, he's not the young guy, but who is?
They expect 4 or 5 years out of Stafford.
Perfect.
They
so if he stays, if they keep him upright and keep him healthy,
Well, he had
I mean,
a
the
broken
arm
back.
has the arm gotten?
No, the arm is
right.
the best in the NFL still.
Yep,
Still.
he's got that cannon
I don't.
arm. Andrew, what do you have for us?
Stafford's 33 years old.
33?
Yeah, he's 33.
Nice. Thank you.
I mean, it's not.
Now he's living
He's
in
a
California.
February boy, so he'll be 34 in February. So he's got a whole year here. Good. I love seeing him working out with the Reds. I don't know what it is. I'm so happy for him. I am.
That's it.
I'm sad for me because I love the guy. And I'm not going to come here and disparage the guy and say he sucked. He didn't do shit for us like Adam would come in and say. I said it from the get-go. I watched a lot of football in my days. Been around the block. He's the real deal. That's all I got to say. The Lions, they're a joke. They have been a joke up till this day. God willing, they're taking the next step.
Somebody on social media said, "Get Woody a Snickers."
Yeah. Woody was good here.
He seemed a little hangry, huh?
He told it like it was.
I mean, right, and I think that when you look at his stats, he was a stat machine. You can't discredit
They
that.
called him Pad Stafford because his stats were better than his outcome. But he played for the Lions, who have not won a playoff game since 1991. So, I rest my case. It's the most inept franchise in sports. Period.
The best thing that could have been done here is I feel that both parties part way. That's the best thing that could have been done.
It's great. It's a perfect time. The new regime came in. They didn't think he wanted to leave, but he said, you know what? If you can move me to L.A., hey, I'd love it. My wife and I we're ready for a change.
Yeah.
They love Michigan. They had a gorgeous home here. I think it's still for sale for a couple mil. It was some
mil.
Yeah, a few.
It was like 5.
A few
Jared
mil.
Goff didn't purchase it.
Jared Goff did not purchase it. No, I guess it's just him and his girlfriend, or I don't know if it's his wife yet. I'm not sure. I think it might be.
Well, I mean, look, I hope he does well with the Rams. I just hope he doesn't do too well because we need a good pick. That's it.
It's not our decision or choice anyway, so we'll see how it goes.
It's going to all play itself out. We've got more on Matthew Stafford. Good Morning Football's Peter Schrader has something to say, so you guys don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. You're tuning into The Hook on Woodward Sports Network.
Welcome to the newest Bridge Street Exchange, not only in downtown Fenton, now in the Somerset Collection. Located on the second level, south side, right next to Lululemon and Starbucks. This is where you can get all the hottest barware, or men's grooming products, or clothing, or, oh, that's what you meant. Don't forget they got some cool hats too, and it's a lot of great local Michigan-owned companies that you're supporting.
And don't forget, all under $3.
You're such a loser. But for real, take advantage. 15% off if you come in here. Tell Kevin that Woodward Sports sent you. Or stop!
Oh, shit.
I told him
Hey,
no.
You said no.
I did. Take that off, son. Thank you.
Welcome back.
You said
to the
D-Man said
Hook
8
on
I
miles.
said
Woodward
8 miles,
Sports
and he said
Network.
no. We'll do an update. And I said as long as you have 2, and then thanks,
Oh
Maz.
my God! Here we go
Way to
again
go,
with
Maz.
our internal.
I guess I need to drink responsibly or something.
Internal team meetings.
It's all right.
On
Hey, we
air.
love
Hey,
8 Mile.
Dale, all the time
All
on
right,
Believe
here
It
we
or
go.
Not.
Here we go. Welcome back to the Hook on Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all digital sports network, live from my bookie studios. All right, guys, it is about that time for us to get to our qualifier for our huge promo, our $25,000 kick for crypto. All you have to do is either give us a call, 313-552-6322, or you can hit us up on our social media at Woodward Sports. Today's crypto qualifier hashtag is going to be Crypto Stafford.
Let's go, hookers.
That's right. That is right. So hit us up on our social media at Woodward Sports. And of course, don't forget, not only do you get to be our qualifier to represent us in our $25,000 kick for crypto challenge, but you will also get to pick whether you would like a Coast headlamp or a Coast knife. Right?
Absolutely.
That's what we're giving away.
Each qualifier gets one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so hit us up now. at Woodward Sports, or give us a call, 313-552-6322. Maz, before you get to your sports update, Ed just put on here on our social media, the People Court with Judge Maz. I mean, he's on one today, huh, people? He is on one. All right, go for it. Take us away with your sports update.
All right, brought to you by MyBookie.ag. Use Woodward as your promo code. They'll match your first deposit halfway up to $1,000. NBA Finals last night. What a great game. If you like basketball, last night was it. Bucks beat the Suns 109-103. They ended the fourth quarter 9 points down. They wind up winning that game, going away at the end. So that series tied at 2 apiece. Chris Middleton, former Piston, led Milwaukee with 40, had 10 points straight down the stretch to win it. Giannis's block on DeAndre Ayton. What a turn. I mean, that turned the tide. Let's show you that. Listen to Mike Breen on the call.
Now Booker with Tucker on him. Throws it up for Ayton. Shot blocked by Antetokounmpo. What a block from Giannis.
That turned it, man. That just sealed it. He finished with 26 and 14. Devin Booker in the loss, 42. He had foul trouble all night. Matter of fact, with about 3 minutes to go, he probably should have fouled out of the game. They let him stay in it, but it did not hurt the Bucks. Bad night for CP3. 10 points, 5 turnovers. He's got to show up if they're going to win. Phoenix hosts Game 5 on Saturday. Some Olympic notes. Bradley Beal out of the Olympics in Tokyo. Health and safety protocol. So Team USA against Australia. They still have to fill his spot. Jeremy Grant also under health and safety protocol as well. The Piston, we'd like to see him try to play for that gold. Tigers back at it tomorrow. They'll host a doubleheader. Actually play 4 with the Twins starting tomorrow. Minnesota swept the 4-game set in Minnesota last weekend. Tigers 40 and 51 at the break. Baseball gets started tonight. 1 game. It's the Yankees and the Red Sox. And there's our power rankings. Mac, what do you think of those power rankings? White Sox, I think, should be a little higher because I'm hearing they might be going to trade for Trevor Story of the Rockies. If they get him and they get back
game over.
Lewis Robert, and they get back a couple of their other guys, it's going to be game over. Tony La Russa didn't come back to finish second. I like the White Sox to win the World Series this year. I'm picking them. I wouldn't mind seeing the Indians crawl in there somehow, but they're 9 back right now. Last year as the Cleveland Indians. So I got a little bit there for you. Dodgers pitcher Trevor Bauer, administrative leave extended till July 27th. He has a hearing next Friday. Of course, the domestic violence restraining order filed by that woman just last week. A judge nullified trainer Bob Baffert's New York racing suspension. He gets the race at Saratoga. And more Bo Jackson for you. On this day in 1990, he made this catch, and he looked like Spider-Man as well.
And not talent. Orsolak licks that one to left center field. Bo won the charge. Bo is there. Yo, mama, run that wall. Bo.
Look at this. Just
Get
look
up that
at this
wall.
guy. He
Bo
knows what he's doing, doesn't he?
exactly what he's doing. Spider-Man.
Look at that.
I love it. They show it on the big screen. Listen to the crowd.
Listen, greatest athlete ever. Is he not top 3? Greatest athlete of all time?
Without even thinking.
Why did he have to get hurt? That's against the stinking
He played
Bengals.
2 sports.
Unbelievable. Could have been Hall of Famer in both sports.
Could have.
No question.
Yeah,
that's all I got for you.
All right, good stuff there. Well, we've got our qualifier for today. Andrew on Facebook has got our Facebook one. If anybody's got any of them on the other ones, YouTube or Twitter, let us know. But Andrew, congratulations. You are our Facebook qualifier for today. Make sure that you hit us up so we get your email address.
Ryan's reaction, he typed in crypto golf.
Ha!
Not crypto. I'm sorry, you don't qualify,
Great.
Ryan.
That is
I know
great.
you're
You know
upset.
what? No, that is somebody who's sticking true to his team.
Yeah.
That's, the truth is, we give Maz for looking back into the past. We give you grief for looking back into the past. That was part of the past, huh? All right, well, let's take a look at this video that we have from Good Morning Football with Peter Schrager, what he thinks Matthew Stafford could do now.
Well, he thinks he's going to be an MVP.
Well, let's watch this,
I have to set it up that way.
if that's what you want.
Wow. 2.
Ho-hum. I wouldn't be surprised. I thought Matt Stafford was in the MVP conversation on some bad Detroit Lions teams that were struggling to get to 500, and Stafford was finding ways to win at the end of games miraculously 3, 4, 5 years ago. Last year, if you recall, I said he was the dark horse of the MVP race before the season started, to which Nate had a text exchange with Stafford, who responded, "Tell Schrager I won't be no dark horse." That didn't come close to being true. Finally, this is the year. I feel like this is it. And if they are going to be what everyone is saying they're going to be, including me, I'm leading that charge. Yeah, he's going to be in the MVP race because they're going to put up huge numbers with McVay's offense. He's got all those great receivers, that great offensive line, and one of the best defenses in the league. And to go from a team that was good last year to being a great team this year, then going to Stafford, who was always good, but sometimes injured, sometimes just not getting wins when it mattered in December and January. I think this year it changes. So I would say 2, I won't be surprised. If the Rams are what I expect them to be, Matthew Stafford's going to be very, very in that MVP conversation come January and February. So my number 2. Not surprised.
Gave it a number 2 out of 10. So he thinks he's in there, but he doesn't think he's way in there. But I thought it was fun to talk about it anyway.
Oh, I mean, all of that's the truth with what he's surrounded with what he's supposed to be going with everything that he's got, even though he's a little older, because he's ready to be put in the right position to win, and it's all up to him now.
Well, we're certainly going to see. I mean, what's going to happen, I guess, if he doesn't succeed? What's going to be the blame then, right? I think
somebody gonna get it.
Who do you think? And I'm going to give you guys a second to think about this, and you guys let us know on our social media as well at Woodward Sports. Who do you think is under more pressure this season, Sean McVay or Cliff Kingsbury? I mean, both of them I feel like are on the hot seat.
No,
Sean McVay brought in his shiny new toy, and he is boasting about his shiny new toy. Meanwhile, Cliff Kingsbury, they've been very, very quiet. But they got A.J. Green. They brought in DeAndre Hopkins. They brought in J.J. Watt. They've made some huge, huge changes here. I feel that if Arizona doesn't seriously have a good run this year and actually come close to Super Bowl contendership or being a Super Bowl contender, Cliff Kingsbury is also on the hot seat. But this is also kind of what I feel Cliff Kingsbury versus Sean McVay is always going to be, Sean McVay's
who's better
flashy.
looking? Who has a better house?
Yeah,
who has
doing
a better
their
summer
draft
house?
better? Who's got the better looking girlfriend?
Nicer
who's got
fireplace.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel that in both situations, everything's right. If Kyler Murray doesn't do well this year, if they don't have a winning season, Arizona, somebody is on the hot seat there.
Would you rather have Kyler Murray or Matthew Stafford as your quarterback right now, Mac?
For Los Angeles or for?
I mean, in their current situations,
in the current situation, I'd rather be the Rams.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd rather be the Rams.
Arizona,
see, they're both
all day
in the
long.
same. Both in the same sort of. Arizona's team is a little bit the older version. They got the young Kyler Murray's younger, the coach is younger and stuff like this, but they got the old pieces, right? The Rams got the ones that are right now. The Rams remind me that they could be like, don't mean like the dynasty, but they remind me of the Lightning. They're sort of, this is what Les Snead and Sean McVay have wanted. This is the team that they have. Pretty much, if you look around, they're as solid a team. They have some spots, but every team does. But this is a team they're going to go to war with. And I think that's the same thing with Arizona. So everything's set up. Now it's about go win a ball game.
How about you, son? Who do you like better,
How
Matthew
about you,
Stafford?
son?
Matthew Stafford or what was that?
How about you, son?
Matthew Stafford or Kyler Murray? Who's in a better spot?
Did you make your bed this morning, by the way, Alex? Before you left, your mother gets mad.
I made mine.
Of course you did. The mother gets mad.
What are you saying, Mac? I can't make out
I
that.
said, did you make your bed this morning so that your mother didn't get mad before you came into work with your father?
I actually make my bed first thing when I wake up in the morning. It instills good discipline.
Right next to your onions.
Oh, you read
Hey,
that?
Mac, you sound like Sean Connery.
Yeah.
Sean.
That's what I thought you were.
Yeah.
Or
All
Sean
right,
Baligian.
who would you rather have?
Sean Connery.
Who would I rather have? Probably Stafford, just because I'm biased. But who I think is I like Kyler Murray. I think he's a really sick quarterback. I love how quick and elusive he is out of the pocket.
He's little though.
He is little, but he's got a hell
just
of an
a
arm. You
wee
saw
little
that.
guy. Wee little fella, man.
But yeah, Kyler Murray, I like him. He's got a hell of an arm, I think, and I think that he can really turn this Cardinals team into a winner. Maybe not this year, but next year.
Well, they have to this year.
Andrew, how about you?
It's
You
not
hate
like
football.
they've got youth on
You hate
their
football.
side there with AJ Green and.
Andrew hates football. Who
I
do you
love
like
football.
better?
I watch Red Zone every Sunday.
Okay. I thought you didn't like football.
Oh, I love football.
Okay.
It's my favorite sports.
What kind of question is that?
See how
I know,
rumors get started, man?
That's what I was going to say.
I mean,
Tom's
Andrew,
spreading
trust me.
rumors.
He also said you don't like ice cream.
No, I didn't. So who do you like better of the two? I love
Better
grilled
situation
cheese.
or better player?
Altogether.
Altogether?
Yeah.
Stafford situation, but in the future, Kyle Murray for sure. I think Kyle Murray will win one Super Bowl with the Cardinals in the next couple of years, but this is a year for Stafford. I mean, there's a lot of pressure. I mean, there's a reason why they brought him in is to win right now. I mean, he's only got maybe 2 or 3 years left and he's done.
Don't you think that that's also why they brought in who they did into Arizona is to win now? You bring in AJ Green, you bring in JJ Watt.
AJ Green will play 6 games.
Yeah, they
JJ
can't-
Watt will be hurt.
It don't hurt them to bring those guys in.
DeAndre
I think the Cardinals will make the playoffs,
Hopkins is
but
different.
I think the Rams all-around defense is much better than the Cardinals right now. But I think right now with Aaron Donnelly and I forgot there's another cornerback. What's his name?
Jalen Ramsey.
Jalen Ramsey. I think they're a better team right now. But in the future, I'll go with Kyle Murray. But this is a year for Stafford, and I think that's the reason why I brought him. I'm rooting for Stafford. I hope he does well, but I still like myself Kyle Murray too. I like him a
Yeah.
lot.
I mean, they're both phenomenal quarterbacks.
Similar to what Andrew asked, it's the question because like if you're asking me what player I'd take, it'd be Kyler Murray for the future, and he has a lot more to grow. He's unproven, so a big potential there. But if I had to say situation, like I don't know because JJ Watt signing with the I would take the Cardinals. The receiving
They
core
have
is
to win.
Yes, but the only question I have is Cliff. But everything else is on paper. That team is much better.
But that division is almost
It's a tough
impossible
division.
Well, but
to
I
win.
just want to say, yeah, it's.
What are they going to go against each other? They're all going to be 3-3
Forget
against
about
each
San
other?
Fran, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
But so I just want to say my original question was who's in more of a hot seat, Sean McVay or Cliff Kingsbury?
Sean McVay.
You think
McVay
Sean
because
McVay?
he brings in because he got rid of the draft picks because Arizona brought in on the cheaper inside older guys, stuff like this. They sold the farm to get their piece in Stafford, so it's got to be McVay. Next year it might be the other way around, but
if he stays there, if Kingsbury stays, because he was in a
That's
little
what I'm
trouble
saying.
last
I
year.
feel like if Cliff Kingsbury does not win this year,
He's closer to being fired.
he's closer to
Cliff
being
is.
fired. He's the one who's in the
They
bigger
just have
hot
to
seat.
do well. I don't think they have to win.
Every team needs to.
They don't have to win
well.
a Super Bowl. They just have to compete. Last year they didn't compete as much.
Well, and that's what I said. They need to be Super Bowl contenders.
Yeah.
I mean, look, they made it to the playoffs. It's just Kyler Murray got hurt towards the end of the season. They got the pieces now, but I think Cliff Kingsbury, me personally, is in the hotter hot seat between the two. Andrew, what did you want to say before we take a quick break?
What's crazy is that the Cardinals have the worst odds right now to win the division.
Yeah.
They have
What
the
is their
worst
odds?
odds.
What are their odds?
So they're plus 500. The Seahawks are third. The Rams are second, and the 49ers are first.
Yeah.
49ers with Garoppolo, Jimmy G, or Trey Lance waiting in the wings.
49ers to win a division, they're favored?
Yeah,
Wow.
plus 185.
I thought for sure it'd
That's
be
a
the
pretty
Rams
high
or the
favorite.
Seahawks.
They're chalk.
I feel like Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey are going to be a big part of it. The reason if they do have a lot of success, like that defense is no joke. Like I mean, but then again, J.J. Watt, Chandler Jones, and Patrick Peterson, and Buda Baker. Man, they have quite a secondary. So
it's
tough.
Both teams are on the spotlight. I just feel that it's a lot more quiet.
I wish that
in
was our
Arizona.
division.
Right? Hey,
Imagine
listen.
that going down and watching those games. Like it's just the football that's going to be played. It'll be exciting to watch as a fan. But
We get the black and blue division. As
We'll be
always.
all right, guys. We'll be all right. I just hope that Aaron Rodgers is not going to be in our division, and then we actually have a real shot, guys. We have a real shot at winning our division. All right, guys. We've got more Lions talk when we come back. This time, what is Michael Brockers saying about Dan Campbell? And who does he remind him of? Nobody go anywhere. You're tuning into The Hook on Woodward Sports Network.
the ball at work. Hey, Joique Bell, Sean Baligian. See you guys next weekend.
Thanks, mate.
Joique Bell's soft. Wait till it comes to New Zealand. Pour that out.
Now's the 8 Mile Vodka. Born in Detroit, made in Detroit. 8 Mile Vodka, yes. 90-liter barrel batches, carbon aerated, filtered to optimal vodka tasting pleasure. So I heard, but you know what I know is that this award-winning Sippers Cup vodka you can get down here at Meijer, any Meijer, across the state, or go to your local bar anywhere and order this delicious 8 Mile Vodka. But if you do, please drink responsibly. Richard Sherman.
Too late.
Welcome back. Too soon, not too late. Too
late.
soon.
Too late.
Welcome back to the Hook on Woodward Sports Network. All right. So before we get to some more Lions talk on social media, right before our break, I had said hopefully Aaron Rodgers will be out of our division and we have a shot at actually winning our division. Lynn on Facebook says Rodgers is staying in our division. That's kind of what it sounds like, right? All the rumors now. He just spent the week with former Packers AJ Hawk, and
yeah,
Hawks
Hawks
expects
convinced
him to come
Hawks
and report
convinced to be back to compete in
the
Green
Packers.
Bay, but the last hurrah.
We'll see, but a girl can dream. A girl can dream. All right, well, since there's a lot of comparison going on, I feel like, on today's show, we're going to throw in another comparison headline where now it's coaches being compared to one another, and Lions new what do we call him? Rams turned Lion.
Former Ram, now Lion defensive end, Michael Brockers.
Converted is the word that I was looking for. Newest converted Ram, Michael Brockers, tells Jim Rome that Dan Campbell reminds him of Sean McVay.
All right, so in terms of the coaching staff, you've got Dan Campbell, and he's in his first year as head coach, and he, of course, went viral for that amazing press conference where he was talking about biting kneecaps and kicking opponents in the teeth. What's it been like to work with him so far? And, dude, have you bitten any kneecaps yet?
I mean, working with him is awesome because he reminds me a lot of McVay and how he came in as far as, like, understanding that, man, it's no ego when it comes to his coaching style. It's all about, the team. It's all about, I don't want to use a statement from the Rams, but like it's a we not me mentality. But it's all about the team. It's all about what we can do to be better, what we can do to win more games, what we can do. So I like that aspect about his coaching is not, oh, I'm coming in here and I'm changing the team. It's more about, he does. He is coming in here. He's new coach, and he has a lot of expectations. But at the same time, he's expecting us as men to do our part, and I think that's what we love and what we respect about him.
Why is that kind of communication and the way you communicate with pro players? Why is that so important?
Well, from his perspective, and a lot of coaches on our staff, and this is the first time I've been a part of a staff that has 7 to 8, maybe double-digit coaches on our staff that has played in the league and has played for a long time, So when you have that and you have that understanding that they have understanding of what we go through as players. So they understand that it's going to be tough. It's a grind. The season is a marathon. It's not a sprint. And communication, like you said earlier, is vital. And the way you communicate is vital because a lot of guys don't want to be yelled at or screamed at or stuff like that, man. Some people just want you to just talk to them as a man, gain an understanding of what you're talking about and what you're trying to teach, and then let's roll. I mean, a lot of these players in the league, we aren't about a lot of BS, man. Just tell us what we got to do, explain it to us in terms that we understand, and let's get the job done.
I love Jim Rome. I don't listen to his show anymore as much as back in the day as I used to, but I just love the way he talks to his clones. And I don't know if the young kids listen to Jim Rome anymore, but he was all right. I love what he hit. Guys like him and Pat McAfee love a guy like Dan Campbell, and we loved him.
We love him
the minute he came out, and some of the national media like Colin Cowherd and guys like that, ran the other direction. They called him a fool.
Yeah, but
he's going to fool them all.
Players. Dude,
Right.
what did you just
What a
say?
great
I
staff.
was sitting there
The
doing
staff.
the orchestras and
Yeah,
preach
he
of
loved it.
why it'll work. And he said that. Never seen as many, like 12
Yeah.
guys. And it's the respect. So you get that. There's accountability, that you're already accountable walking on the field looking at that coach that's done it. It doesn't matter what level. He's done it before. He's been there in your shoes before. So that goes a long way.
Yeah, I like what he said too about how a lot of players don't like to be yelled at. They just like to be talked to like a man, respected, and a lot of players feel that sometimes, and I felt that was like the problem with Matt Patricia. Everybody felt that he was coming in here trying to change everything and get up in everybody's face, and they didn't take to that.
That's how he
right?
started day one when
Yeah.
he came here, and he started yapping like he was Bill Belichick. Except even Bill Belichick doesn't do what Matty Pat tried to do here. The fans, the players didn't like him. They didn't respect him. And you know what? The guys that said something, he shipped them out of town. He shipped a lot of good talent out of town.
And, I understand where he probably saw that, hey, that's what was working in New England, but it was working with New England because it was Bill Belichick.
And they've been around, and they've won
it was
Super Bowls before in
Bill
playoff games.
Belichick. You don't get to just, take a little seed and go plant it and suddenly think that the tree is going to grow. You need to let it grow over time.
I know, but
to be the tree,
comparing Campbell to McVay, I don't know about that.
I don't know if I don't
know about
even
that.
like that. I don't even like
I think
that.
McVay reminds me just like as a boy wonder.
No,
type
but
of
I
guy.
think you missed the point. The
Maybe I did.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I think we did.
You missed the point of the fact that it's not about one, it's about all.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where you got the same thing. It's a collective. It's about the team, not about the individual. So McVay, that's what Brockers was saying, is he sees the similarities, and they're all about the betterment of the team. It's all for one, and that's what I got out of it. Alex, did you not understand that was one of the comparisons that he said just about Sean McVay and Dan Campbell are all about the team, right? It's not about them being the coach, being in front of it, maybe being like the Belichick or whatever, or the Bruce Arians, or anyway, it's about team first. That's what I took from it.
Amen.
Did you take that from it?
I'll admit I was a little distracted by your symphony.
Right, because when I hear players these days in any sport preaching like I was taught, or the things that I'm trying to explain of the whys, there it is right there. I can sit here and tell y'all all till the cows come home, whether you believe me or not. But the fact that when I show you what I'm talking about, it's right there. Because that's the culture. That's what we're talking about. A whole group of men, women, whatever it is, fighting for the same goal. For lack of a better term, it's Wu-Tang mentality. One of us gets out, we all get out. One of us wins, we all win.
Wu-Tang.
Woo-woo.
Woo-woo. All right, guys, keep letting us know your thoughts.
Stay woke, yo.
Social media at Woodward Sports. You can always give us a call, 313-552-6322. All right, let's finish up our NFL talk with a little bit of fun, right? Who's the best wide receiver of the 21st century? Let's put up this little
Pro Football Focus had this. What was that, Alex?
What was that?
This debate could get ugly.
I don't know about that.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think this is an easy top three.
Oh, we're going top three?
Well, I just say top three. It breaks off after three, if you ask me. Your choices, obviously, this is Pro Football Focus. Calvin Johnson, Randy Moss, Terrell Owens, and then Julio Jones, Marvin Harrison, Chad Johnson, Larry Fitzgerald, your guy, Pilar, and Antonio Brown, who threw his career away, basically. But those are your 8 that they give you, and they say, who do you think is the best of this 21st century lot of wide receivers? And, I think it's obviously
I'm going to say, for me, it's Larry Fitzgerald, T.O., and Randy Moss.
Are you kidding?
Mm-hmm. No, I'm serious.
Who's you, Maz?
Randy Moss, Calvin Johnson, and Terrell Owens.
Okay.
Mine's Randy Moss, Calvin Johnson, and Marvin Harrison.
No, I like Marvin Harrison.
Well, because I'm pulling a Tom Mazaway here, that Peyton Manning's my guy. That was the go-to guy. That was my fantasy football combination for years and years of watching them two go at it. So that's more of a sentimental pick. I think I could replace Marvin Harrison with Larry Fitzgerald because he never drops a ball as a possession guy. But Calvin and Randy are 1 and 2, right? You got guy that flies, and then you got another Megatron. So I need a possession guy, Marvin.
Yeah.
Terrell Owens is unbelievable. How do you guys leave him out?
I don't like the attitude.
I did. I put him in there. I said Larry, T.O., and who was my
Calvin?
No,
Randy?
you said Calvin. Randy Moss.
So you're leaving Calvin out.
I left Calvin out. Look, I love him as a player.
Calvin or T.O.?
But
who do you want?
T.O.
No, I know.
Oh.
But I mean, it comes down to which one.
I mean, if you look at their stats, as far as receiving yards and everything, I mean, all these players had more than Calvin Johnson and more touchdowns.
They played more years. They played more years.
No, I
than
understand
him.
that, but
he retired at 30 years old.
Right, but I mean, if that's all I got out of him, that's all I got out of him. So who would I rather have? I mean, Larry Fitzgerald is still playing, and Larry Fitzgerald doesn't have more touchdowns because not only is he an incredible receiver, but he also can block.
Brilliance.
So he's being used out of a block.
It's your opinion.
Yeah.
It's opinion.
Absolutely. Let us know who you guys like. Who would be your top 3 out of
Extreme
that
Shaft
list?
says Moss, Jones, and Calvin. Extreme Shaft, one of our favorites.
Gotta love
Moss,
Extreme
Jones.
Shaft.
Who? Moss.
Randy Moss. Jones.
Yeah,
Julio.
Julio Jones.
Okay.
Too hurt.
We totally forgot about him.
Too hurt. Extreme Shaft. I'm glad you texted in though, buddy.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Let's go, hookers. How about you, Alex?
I'm going.
You youngster?
Yeah. I'm going Calvin, Moss, and Owens.
Excellent, son.
Kevin
Excellent
on
choice.
social media says Moss had 1 year with New England in the 21st century. Well,
oh, really? What about the ones all in Minnesota and
still
stuff?
counts. It
with
still
Chris Carter and
counts.
stuff. Juicy, what do you got?
I'm going to be honest. I have the same as Alex. It would go Calvin, Randy,
must be
T.O.
age
Because
thing.
That's the same as mine then.
Oh, then the same as Maz, of course. Yes, but it's the same both ways. So it don't matter.
Dude, you
see. I'm gonna
you copied off your cousin who copied off his dad.
As soon as the graphic went up,
altering my answers away from Maz just so I can stop feeding into this I'm Maz's son stereotype or whatever the hell
looking
this is.
like your brown nosing.
Put up the receivers again.
No, my argument
just took a matter of time, Alex, before you wanted out of the family.
to defend myself real quick, as soon as the graphic went up, those 3 like on the left bottom just popped out. I was like, well, there goes those 3, and then like.
That's what I said. I said it should be those 3 and everything else
Larry,
drops off.
honestly, I'm not even mad, Larry, you got over Calvin. That's just like because of longevity, and he obviously doesn't drop a lot of balls. But like even that, like those 4, like
and
after
the fact that
it
he's
just,
able to block the way
Right,
that he does.
right.
I mean, even as a coach, I would want Larry Fitzgerald on my team because of what he's able to do.
Well, you
Andrew,
can't.
what
I
do you-
chose him. You didn't choose
I chose
him.
him first.
No, you
I
didn't.
chose
You chose Larry?
Yes.
So you had
That's her guy.
Terrell.
No, I had Larry, T.O., and Randy Moss.
Oh, okay. So we only have one difference for one different for you, one different for you. Because I had we had Randy and Fitzy.
Right.
Then I had Calvin.
Andrew, you want to chip in on this?
Andrew hates
these
football.
aren't point guards and centers
don't you
and
remember
forwards.
Andrew hates football?
Yeah, he's a
never seen the
basketballer.
red.
He's a basketballer.
No, that's his expertise
Yes.
is basketball,
He can do
but he can
multiple
be
things.
a fan of every sport.
I haven't seen it. That's all I'm saying.
He's good. I'm a big NBA fan. I know all the stuff. Andrew, he knows some stuff. All right,
Okay,
good talk
thanks,
to him.
Jeff.
Let's go,
Appreciate
Andrew.
it.
Let's go.
Go ahead.
Okay, here's what I got. I got
Good
Calvin, Randy, and Julio.
Calvin,
All right,
Randy, and
Julio.
Julio.
You know, Julio's stats would be better
Down
if
by
it
the
wasn't that he was
Julio's
always.
stats would be better if he wasn't hurt.
Well, not only if he wasn't hurt, but I feel like this man is always double covered.
AB
and he's
stats
never
would be
been.
better if he wasn't a psycho.
They're all double covered. Each one of
but
these
I was
guys
gonna
is
say,
double
but
covered.
it's been a long time since he's played on a team that he really hasn't been able to have where he hasn't had somebody else to take the spotlight off of him, right? you would show up and say, okay, the only person we need to cover here today is Julio.
That's like Calvin Johnson, too.
Yeah.
Remember that picture of the two standing right in front of Calvin guarding him? That's like, that was iconic.
Look, you can't leave any of these guys
That's why this is just fun stuff. It's Pro Football Focus. It's July, and that's what you throw out on these type of things. Like we did yesterday. Pick your favorite team for $15. Guess what?
You didn't even spend 15.
The morning
You're
show. I spent 14.
Baz wanted me to give him $1 because he only spent 14.
Morning show is
What
doing
a
this
cheap
tomorrow.
prick.
And yesterday when we were doing ours, I was watching Terry Foster and Stick. They were watching us and listening to us. They wanted to jump the minute that they had Larry Fitzgerald at $5 and Calvin at $4, which was a joke. It should be the opposite way around. But they wanted to jump down and get that. They wanted to come after you big time for picking Fitzgerald.
Why?
That's their
It
opinion.
was more so the
opinion.
money, too. It wasn't
but
the pick.
I did that. But how can you not want
It's just
Larry
opinion.
Fitzgerald?
It's
no,
all
I get
opinion.
it. I went over that with Terry Foster. And if I could just find my purse, I can pull exactly what Terry Foster's picks were. Because we did that. I'm going to have to find it. You know what? During the break, I'm going to find Terry Foster's picks because we went over it. I didn't see him giving me a hard time over Larry
the two of them were jumping up and down.
Because he was happy?
No. You'll
to
listen
go to
tomorrow
the
to the morning show. I'll do a fish thing. Listen to the Morning Wood show tomorrow, 8 to 10, right here on Woodward Sports, and listen to their $15 teams.
All right. Well, we're going to have some fun there, too. All right, guys, let's get to some baseball talk, so nobody go anywhere. That's what we're going to be chatting up when we come back. You're tuning into The Hook on Woodward Sports Network.
So what's up? My name is Sean Baligian. Glad to be a part of Baligian and Bell every day at 11. I'm the guy that gets pissed off at all the stupid sports fans out there.
What up, though? I'm Joique Bell here on the Baligian and Bell show here at Woodward Sports Network. Tap into the energetic Sean and the calm, smooth Joique Bell.
Would you like to win a custom-built chopper while helping our veterans at the same time?
Then watch as we turn this bike into a one-of-a-kind classic chopper.
Watch the Call Sam Chopper Shop on our social media channels and get your raffle ticket today at callsam.com/chopper shop.
Hey guys, Public Adjusters of Michigan, our friends at PAM are giving you the chance to win a twosome in the 3rd annual Darren McCarty. That's me. Charity golf outing.
Another golf day off.
On August 6th at the Links in Nova. Hey, I was looking at the
I'd rather
schedule last
suck
night.
by myself.
You're not going to like it,
I'll be in
Maz.
Jersey anyway. Don't
The
worry.
event is totally sold out, so the only way to get in is to win. To enter for your chance, go to woodwardsports.com and look for the PAM, Public Adjusters of Michigan logo to register. In case you wonder, PAM represents the insured for property insurance claims, homeowners, and commercial property, fire, wind, and smoke. They get you money and they do all the work. Why wouldn't you have them do it first? Call PamFirst.com and be sure to go to WoodwardSports.com and register for a chance to win a twosome in the Darren McCarty Charity Golf Outing.
Welcome back to The Hook on Woodward Sports Network. All right, my friends, so MLB's second half starts tonight. Tom Mazaway, what can we be looking forward to?
Well, tonight you got one game in play. Teams that hate each other probably go 4 hours tonight. It's the Red Sox at the Yankees, a 4-game series. Yankees are 8 games out. So if they don't win 3 out of 4, I think they should sweep. They have to, but Boston's got their number. So that starts tonight on MLB Network. Tigers get going tomorrow with their second half. They were right there, man. They were 40-47. And then they played the Twins in Minnesota, and the Twins annihilated them. Well, 2 close games and 2 blowouts, but they knocked them down. So they're 40-51 now. The Twins are back in town. This time they're here at Comerica. So starting tomorrow, doubleheader. That's right, a day-night doubleheader, and then Saturday, Sunday, single games there. Tigers got to make hay while it's time right now. You got to beat the teams that are behind you. So A.J. Hinch talked to Major League Baseball on Sirius XM last week, and they asked him about the trade deadline, which is coming up on July 30th. So are the Tigers going to be players? They're not going to be getting players. They're going to be trading players away. But let's listen carefully because it's not going to be a giveaway as in past years.
You know, we are wanting to improve our product at the Major League level, and we're doing that, you know, systematically either through our system or a little bit of change in culture and the players stepping up and playing well. So when you get to this point and you're under 500 everybody thinks they can just come and pick your players that are free agents, or they can come get a bullpen arm and what is deemed to be sort of cheap additions for other teams. And I think where we're sitting is like, you have to come and pay for our guys if you're going to come and get our guys. We are trying to develop winners here. We're trying to maintain, a high standard for us. And so I think with nowadays with trades being really hard to pull off, you got to keep your price tag still high if you're going to move players, regardless of the fact that you might have a reliever arm that people want, or you might have an expiring contract that people think they can just come pay for, and you're going to get something rather than nothing. Where we're at, that keeping these players, if we choose to do so, is going to help our culture and help us develop that winning mindset that we're trying to instill here in Detroit. So if some team wants to come and offer Al something, I'm sure he'll listen and we'll be fair about it, but we're not going to give away our players to a closer to contending team than people deem us to be.
There it is. The skipper, A.J. Hinch. We're not giving away players is basically what he's saying. But we got some players that some teams are going to want. I would throw out like a Jonathan Scope type player.
Yeah, but here's the difference, Maz. And it comes to the stability or whatever, but for A.J. Hinch to come out, that's not the way it used to be here in Detroit, or else I felt that way. It's sort of, you're going to dump people here, you're going to go off and we've questioned Al Avila and some of the decisions he's made in the past, but hey, if people want somebody on the roster and their managers telling us that we've discussed it and they're going to have to pay to play, well, that puts us in the right position moving forward. So unless it's a win-win for the Tigers, then it doesn't seem like they're dumping payroll, doing this, doing other things that some teams have to do, trying to get rid of this guy, take this guy, put him down, buy his money. No, we're not doing that. We actually have a few guys on the Major League roster and definitely some developing that could be pieces to puzzles in a deal.
You like our catchers, I know, and we'll talk about them in a second. But the guy that came over in the Justin Verlander deal that we thought was a complete mess, they did lose the pitcher who was the top arm in Houston's camp. He's gone, blowing out his shoulder. But Jake Rogers is one of those players that came over. And you get a guy like Eric Haas, who's on his probably third chance, comes up, a couple of months ago. Dearborn Divine Child guy. And he's hitting the ball, and he's good behind the plate, and he can play other outfield positions. Do you see they move guys around? I think Jake Rogers is going to be your catcher, and then you got Dylan Dingler down below getting ready to come up. This team is kind of getting set up. I mean, we've all blasted Al Avila, and there's been a lot of bad deals. But I think he might have gotten something here.
Well, might have gotten something in return. And here's the big thing, and asking Jim Price, the radio voice of the Detroit Tigers, the analyst, the fact that asking what's the big thing, and before it tells me to go, the fundamentals were there, and defensively with the arm, he shut down the running game, which is huge for the defensive attack, but something about getting his front foot down and not being off balance and stuff, because now he's hitting the ball, hit a grand slam before the break, stuff like this. So if he adds just a little bit, and then you got Dingler coming up who's moving up through the ranks and playing Double-A now. So there's actually, I see things coming in. Like, if you take me back to the beginning of the season, I didn't see the clarity I do now or the direction that this team's going, and it actually looks like they're moving in a direction.
Their outfield is hurting. Akil Baddoo, I love him, and he's really coming on. He's batting leadoff. I mean, he got his OPS up to almost 900 this year. The guy can play. He had a bad slump. He came back, and he shows that he's a player. Robbie Grossman is just a ball player. Yeah. I dig him. He's one of my favorite Tigers. And then you got Nomar Mazara, who is not – he's just not done it. And I love the way he spells his name. He's a Maz as well. So I kind of want him to do well, but he's just not the answer. But a guy I want to ask Alex about is a guy that he did a little report. Didn't he do the short report on Zach Short? Tell me a little bit about Zach Short. I like this guy.
Well, I can tell you that Zach Short, he's made some really nice plays in the field, and he's actually been picking up his hitting as well. But no, I did a short report on Akil Baddoo, your favorite player, which everyone should go watch after the show. It's on our YouTube channel. There's a playlist called The Short Report. And I also did one on Eric Haas, who's just a great story, like you mentioned, out of Divine Child High School here in Dearborn. I like what A.J. Hinch said about, if they choose to hang on to some players, it's all about their culture. And I'm a big fan of that. I mean, if the trade line comes and goes and they maybe deal 1, maybe 0 guys, I'm okay with that. But ultimately, their starting pitching is really struggling right now. I really miss watching Matt Boyd and Spencer Turnbull throw the ball out there.
And Turnbull could be done, to at least inside of August if he comes back at all.
I know, which
had a no-hitter this year. He was pitching
sucks.
terrific. It sucks. It's
Yeah,
right.
it sucks.
He was going to be a trade chip actually, because they've got guys coming up, man.
I don't want to trade him though.
I hear you. I don't want to trade him either. But Boyd and Fulmer, those were the guys that you should have probably parted with a couple of years ago. They got
Now
hurt.
it's too late.
They got hurt now, and then Boyd kind of craps the bed a couple of weeks ago. So did Fulmer.
Add Norris to that list.
Daniel
Norris
he's just
garbage.
I wouldn't call him garbage. He's just never taken that step, and they got him in the David Price trade. So I don't know. Tigers, I think, are a lot better shape. Obviously, that's easy to say because they've been in the basement for so long. But the salad days of 2014, that was the last good year here in Detroit. I still see a light at the end of the tunnel. And their Tigers' #1 pick, they take Jackson Jobe. This kid is supposed to be the real deal. I reached out to him on Twitter, hope to have him on the show here in the next couple of weeks. The director of scouting, Scott Please, was very happy as well. Brad Galley caught up with both of them, and this is what they had to say about beating Detroit Tigers.
I was just as surprised as everybody else. It's been a long few days trying to figure out how everything was gonna land. But the second they called my name is when I knew and had all my family there. So it's a long few days, a lot of anticipation. But I'm happy and I'm excited to go. I think just mentally, in the way I go about things, and obviously I know pro ball is a completely different animal than high school. So I think I'm ready to take on whatever's thrown at me.
And we've had success with young arms in the past too, and I think we've been through it a little bit, and there's really risk in everybody. But I think probably the question is, we have an idea how to handle them, and we do our best to make sure we develop them the correct way and do things a certain way to make sure that everything goes the way we want to go. I think it would be a shame to run away from the best talent because maybe we were afraid that he might get hurt or something like that. Because as we know, all sports you watch, there's always a risk. But his talent outweighed that risk for sure for us, and that's probably the main reason why we took.
Tigers director of scouting, Scott Please, Jackson Jobe, the #1 pick, the high schooler. Marcelo Mayer was there, the shortstop, the all-world shortstop that everyone thought was going to be a Tiger. He slips to freaking Boston because Boston picked 4th, which I hate, and I hope that name doesn't come back and haunt this kid. Mac, what did you think of the draft? 21. We don't know anything really about these kids, but 21 picks, lots of pitchers.
Yeah, but that's what you're building, and a lot of times that is building your war chest. Because you have a kid like that, whether we're talking about Jobe or we're talking about anybody that they've drafted. Because here's the thing that you don't think about. If you're developing this arm and he is good or whatever, that gives you a trade chip to get the shortstop that you need that's already established. Right? So the guy that there could be a trade in the future. So not only the development part of it and, long way to go, and you see how long his rise is. With these young guys and especially like high schoolers, but, they're going to need a year and a half, 2 years if they're really good. But in that time, too, things change. Maybe part of a package deal. So I don't really put too much into it. It's just because in baseball, it's not now. It's down the road.
Hey, they got a couple other pitchers. They got Ty Madden, right-hand pitcher for Texas. They got him with pick 30, like a supplemental pick. This guy was supposed to be a top 5 talent. He slips down because he's probably going to make a lot of money. But Al Avila went and grabbed him. So you got 2 of the best pitchers that came out this year are on the Tigers. Isaac Pacheco was a shortstop, high school kid. They got him in the 3rd round. Dylan Smith, right-hander from Alabama in the 4th round. They got another right-hander from Notre Dame in the 5th. So 21 picks. It's a crap shot. We'll see how it goes. They play the Twins tomorrow.
Now, what were you saying? Is there a game tonight?
There is.
No, there isn't.
Why?
New York Yankees COVID-19 issue postponed. Boston Red Sox, New York Yankees. Hey, it comes across the Woodward Sports feed, and it says it's canceled. And you know what Ben says in the back? He goes, who cares? No one's going to watch it. And I sat back and I go, tune in live. I'm going to break Maz's heart on the air.
Come on,
so
Ben.
I did.
Ben, what are you watching tonight, Ben? All my children?
We have no sports today. Zero.
Yes, there is. Hello, Slammiversary. You can go watch Impact.
Got it.
Impact's on Access TV tonight. Or, you know what, Alex? You
I'd
can
rather
take the
suck
trip.
by myself.
I'd rather suck by myself, but tonight I won't because I'm the commissioner of the IWR and State Wrestling Revolution. I will be down in Monroe at the FOP number 115 at about 6:30 tonight with a whole bunch of wrestlers. I'm the commissioner.
Oh, that's
Commissioner
gonna be a lot of
tonight.
fun.
Look out. I'll have stories tomorrow.
Look at all this abuse. Listen to this abuse I'm getting online here. Let's see.
It's fine.
I'm so excited for this Tigers team in the future. The youthful exuberance of these young Tigers, Lions, and Pistons. I'm juiced. Dana White predicted sports venue restrictions coming earlier. Lions rumble, laughing. Yankees weren't going to win anyway. Lions rumble says. Who has better stuff, Jackson, Jobe, or Alex? Come on, Maz. I miss Verlander and Mad Max. Give me a break. And then I got Ben in our own place saying no one gives a shit about the Yankees, Red Sox.
Nope.
Where is this fucking kid? Where is he?
I had
Where is
Bogarts and the Sox win plus 155.
I love grilled cheese. At least I didn't lose my bet tonight, I guess. I think it's a crock of shit. I had Yankees minus 130 over the Bo Sox, and I wrote bet the house on them tonight.
Let's go, hookers. You got to get the house back from me first.
I would have doubled down with you.
All right. Ooh, nice. I want the poll.
What's the difference? Who the hell's sick on the Yankees? What idiot? Because people nowadays are idiots.
Especially in New York, right? It said the Yankees, too, not the Boston Red Sox.
Put Andrew's mic on. What'd you say?
Ben just put it on Facebook. Ain't watching those bums in the Bronx.
Yep.
All right, Ben.
Good old Ben.
All
Good
right.
old Ben having some fun. All right.
What's
I got
his
a
last
question.
name? Dover?
Oh, no. What are we in the 6th grade, Maz?
I mean, I just can't even believe you said that right now.
Serenity now!
That's what Kevin James said earlier about talking about the Tigers draft. He said, "Serenity now." He wanted a shortstop.
It's a quick hit.
All
I
right,
wanted to
hey.
give everyone info.
Let me ask this question. Could D-Mac stay out of this bunker at Royal St. George? The Himalaya on
Look
the
at this
4th.
thing. Look at
Could
this
you?
thing.
Could you?
Look at D-Mac's
Well, first
face.
thing, could you stay out of it? And then the second of all is, could you get out of it?
Do a split screen with D-Mac and that thing.
Oh, I don't know how to do that.
Figure it out. Come on, Alex.
Show me that again, Alex.
That's like a
Have
pool.
we seen somebody hit out of it? What were you saying today, Maz? They showed this, but did they show somebody trying
No,
to
they didn't.
So over the British Open, like if you're not.
What a great looking thing, by the way.
Oh,
Whatever the
they're
hell
all
that thing
so.
is. Sand
So the
trap.
most famous sand trap I would think in Europe is number 17 at St. Andrews, right? And this thing I played there, so
Was that
it
where John
literally
Vanderbilt
is your
died?
12 feet down.
Did John Vanderbilt die in that bunker? Remember years ago he got
He was in that was wrong course. That was Carnoustie. This is St. Andrews.
You're all right. You know your stuff.
Yeah, I do. And that was on 18 when he took he
know.
made a phenomenal
Wow.
up and down. He made it like a 10-footer to get into the playoff with the triple.
I know.
That was so bad. But when you look at this is the standard. So the way that they were built, the courses back in the day, where the hazard was, where they didn't have as much of the water or whatever like this. So the hazard is you'd hit it in there, you couldn't advance it. You have to hit it sideways. Even these pros you'll watch, they'll hit into some of these bunkers, and you take your medicine and just hit it in reverse. So that's ridiculous.
What were we watching
That one
before?
is insane.
Chad, me, you.
Yeah, the
we were
British
in there,
Open.
and he said, "There's no way." Who shot it?
So Rory McIlroy. So if you were a amateur golfer, or even if you were a scratch golfer, he had it where it was in the heathers, as we're called,
The high
right?
greens?
The heathers where he couldn't see the ball. He probably had maybe a 120-yard shot. And if you saw the way, because in the tall grass, the club, you don't have the grip right, it'll turn your club and manipulate it. That's why they say hit it out of the fairway, right? There's nothing with the hit. But he hit this so good, Chad says there's no way he can hit it on the green and get it to stop. he hit this thing hard, so down on this thing. This ball came up so soft that when it hit the green, it was like he hit it out of the sand trap. It's the amazement of being a professional.
And guess what?
Wow.
He missed that birdie putt.
Well, what did I say? I said it's only a great shot if you
can make it. And he didn't.
Yeah.
And he didn't.
Well, tell me about
that's
your
some good
almost great
stuff.
ones.
I love our social media comments on this one. Jenna said she'd say F it and build a sandcastle.
I was going to
instead.
say, I don't know. There might be bodies buried under there.
Right? I mean, who knows what you would find in that trap. Keep hitting us up with your thoughts on social media at Woodward Sports. These are great. I mean, really, can anyone get out of that or even avoid it? That would be the worst hole to even think of.
When you're playing in a route like that, you just hit it away from there.
Yeah, you have to. You'd have to. It's like what
Like, not
Kevin
even
said.
close.
Anyone can avoid it.
I go over and
You
take a
have to just
picture, take a look, but see how much work it would be to get out of there, Maz?
Hey, Lions Rumble said that's a fucking crater.
That's a fucking crater.
It is, man. It is.
That might have been one of those World War II bombs that, dropped over England back in World War II that left that crevice there.
I mean,
That's how they made
maybe,
sand bunkers,
right?
right?
Yikes. All right, guys, moving on. Let's get to me gusta or no me gusta. Y'all know how to play along. If you like what I'm about to say, you say me gusta. If you do not like what I'm about to say, you say no me gusta. And, of course, always feel free to leave your comments as well because we love to see them at Woodward Sports. All right, so Maria Taylor won. She's leaving ESPN for NBC, and this is after allegedly NBC was trying to get her to stay with $3 million a year.
Hold on, ESPN or NBC?
ESPN was trying to have her.
ESPN was trying to get
Wait,
her
did
to
I say
stay.
NBC?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. ESPN was trying to get her to stay.
NBC offered her, or ESPN offered her the $3 million.
No, ESPN was allegedly offering her $3 million to stay in her contract renegotiations.
So how much money is NBC going to give her? Do we know?
I hear $6 to $8 million.
Woo!
She wanted Stephen A. money.
Well,
She might got it. She might have got it.
She might got it.
Here's the thing, right? You create your own market. NBC.
Stay woke, yo.
Why does this make sense? Here's the why in it. They just got rid of the hockey. There's extra money there, so they're probably going to go more of a, universal person.
They're going to put her. What I hear is she's going to do Sunday Night Football.
Yeah.
She'll be studio. She might take over Michelle Tafoya on the sidelines. Who knows? But Mike Tirico will eventually leave the studio and, thank God, be the voice of Sunday Night Football, replacing the ancient Al Michaels.
Yes.
Can't wait for that. So if that happens, then Maria Taylor will be in the studio, or she could be on the sidelines. And of course, they have the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mike Tirico is so good.
He's
the
terrific.
best.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
He's our own guy here.
You know what? Listen, I'm going to just start this off with me gusta. Me gusta mucho. I love every single thing about this. I feel that anytime I don't necessarily like the way it went down, right?
Why? It's power
because
play.
there was so much drama behind it, and ultimately, I do feel that this does make women in sports look catty and bad the way it was all handled, and I never like that. I believe that women should empower other women, but I think that this signing for Maria and this amount of money that she's about to make certainly is great for women in sports because this just now
It's great for men.
Stay
It's
woke,
great
yo.
for everybody.
Yeah, but I mean, primarily, look, she was trying
Well,
to
it's
get
better for
Stephen A.
women.
People, when people are trying to say, I want Stephen A. money, now people are going to start saying, I want Maria Taylor money. And that is what I'm
just trying to work for some Tom Azaway money, slowly but
so
surely.
I love this. I think anytime a woman succeeds, it creates a new benchmark for what people strive for and what women will now be able to negotiate. So thank you so much to the women who paved the way.
Me gusta over here.
No complaints with you, Tom Azaway?
I'll go the other way.
Oh.
Of course.
I'm happy for Maria because I think she's very good.
Mm-hmm.
I think ESPN lowballed her, so this would happen.
$3 million a year?
Which is
because
which is pretty good. $3 million is pretty damn good money.
Now when you get 6 or 8.
No, you're right.
So my thing here is they lowballed her so she could leave on her own, and then they could put Rachel Nichols back where she belongs because she shouldn't have been kicked out to begin with. Because what do you do with that?
So then you may
that's a mess.
So then you may goose it because you like the decision.
But I'm just telling you, there's a reason for it.
Well, there always is a reason, Tom. But do you like the reason? Because this is sort of like gets everybody what they sort of
Personally,
want.
I don't give a damn.
Right.
All right.
All right. Well, there you go.
What's
Alex?
No give a shit. Me gusta.
No me importa.
No give a shit, me gusta.
That's it.
Me gusta for me, more power to her. If I were offered $8 million, I would take it in a heartbeat. And rest in peace goes out to ESPN to have to find a replacement for the NBA show, the college football show. I think she does Sports Center every once in a while. They got a big
They got
hole to
Malika
fill now.
Andrews.
Yeah,
she'll fit right in. She's great and she's beautiful and she's young. That's what they want.
There's always going to be someone to backfill. I mean, you know this industry. There's always somebody sitting on the bench ready to move up. So.
Yeah, Jeff's ready to take my spot.
Absolutely. This was our team,
Alex,
by
you're
the
a
way.
legend. You're
This
a
was
legend.
our team, by the way, until Jeff left us.
Yeah.
Hey, but coincidentally, it all brought us back together. So
look
now
at
I'm in the
that.
fish tank.
Until Monday.
Andrew, te gusta o no te gusta? Yeah, it's a good move.
Go ahead, Andrew. You can say it now. Juicy, just put your mic on.
Oh, me gusta.
He's a horrible DJ, by the way.
I don't want to leave it unmuted.
Listen.
You'll hear him breathing.
Builds you up to knock you down, Jeff.
You
All
leave
right,
his
Jeff.
on, I hear his chair squeak the whole damn show.
All right.
Hey, it's off.
Te gusta o no te gusta? Hey, guys, it's 5 o'clock. Let's boogie.
So let's gotta go
real
do some
quick.
charity work.
Magusta,
Oh, what do you got tonight,
she's
man?
paving the way.
I just told you the wrestling event.
Oh, shit. Sorry.
All right,
I missed that.
she's paving the way. She can do multiple things. I like Maria Taylor, so Magusta. All right.
Yeah.
You lost
good
there.
call
See
there.
Monroe.
All right, are we doing, since the game tonight was pushed back?
There's
There's
a
no
Gold
game.
Cup soccer.
There's no.
See you tomorrow.
I was gonna say we don't have
Say
a game.
goodnight.
So,
Tomorrow.
Say
all
goodnight,
right,
Gracie.
everybody.
Say
Thank
goodnight,
you guys
Gracie.
so much for joining us. We love always hearing from you guys. Make sure that you keep downloading our app. You can find it on the Apple Store and the Android Store. For Jeff, for Andrew, for Alex, for Tom Mazaway, and D-Mac, I'm Pilar Lasher. We'll see y'all tomorrow,
Deuces.
everybody.
See ya.
And not talent. Orsolak licks that one to left center field. Bo won the charge. Bo is there. Yo, mama, run that wall. Bo! Get up that wall.
Bo knows exactly what he's doing.
Spider-Man. I love it.